Ninja.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about their subscriber count?
It's 9,010.
Wait, so you mean
Yes, Nappa. It's over.
it's over?
It's over 8,000!
What eight? Wait, what?
There is a story so strange in its implications that it defies ordinary classification.
I don't care if you've been dropping 81 points all night. If you up, smash that like button. Welcome to Black of the Black Times Infinity. I'm your host, Cthulhu's Party, coming to you live and direct from the stack. Smoke me out, fam, with that dang shit on my left. Stitch.
I can't even follow that. You took my 81 joke.
God damn. So your thunder on my far right on the engineering on the ones and twos, choking people on the threes, post Chronos.
Fuck the coronavirus. It hasn't killed more than the flu, so why people worried?
Oh.
It's so silly.
In the middle, we got the oldest ninja in the world, Old Ninja.
I'm about to be slapping cancer sticks out of people's hand like my name is Tyrone.
Oh.
About to get fucked up. I'm just saying.
Last but not least, we got your boy Blue.
Kobe.
What's going on here?
Crumpled up that paper for those just listening to the audio.
I wasn't looking, so I had no idea what's going on.
Back up in here, all five of us once again. Who we got as the listener of the
Like
week?
Voltron.
Listener of the week would
Yo,
be,
mama. No.
Tara. We appreciate you for listening.
Tara Strong. That's who it
No,
is.
it's not, definitely not Tara Strong.
Tara Strong's pretty bad,
Yeah,
though.
definitely a Tara. And nobody's in the chat yet.
All right.
That's Tara. That's an alias.
Yeah, she's trying to be on the low.
Yeah. I heard about this thing.
All right, we're going to let Stitch do the pouring out of malt beverage. No, we're going champagne tonight.
Yeah, we'll pour out some Cristal.
We're gonna stop the music for this.
Some championship liquor and everything. Obviously, if you've been living under a rock and not aware of anything that's been going on, Kobe Bryant passed away. He was a all-star, arguably top 5 to 10 basketball player of all time. My favorite athlete. Those that follow the podcast know we have a spin-off sports podcast, Better Than Kobe, Better Than MJ, where me and Prodigy argue about sports stuff. Obviously, I'm a self-admitted Kobe stan, so I will defend him and damn near drive to Temecula to fight people.
Someone really did that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, news came out on Sunday. Him and 8 other people passed away in a helicopter crash, including his 13-year-old daughter. They were en route to his AAU girls basketball team game. So the people that perished were also parents of Kobe's daughters, Gianna's basketball teams, and the pilot as well. And it was just everyone was just been taken aback by this, and it's just been insanely crazy the past 72 hours now. Prodigy and I dropped our Better Than MJ Kobe episode. We recorded yesterday, and it'll come out on Friday. Yeah. So that'll be out there soon, where we sort of go into depth about Kobe's career, the highlights, lowlights, some of the controversy, and just what he meant to me, him, and just the world in general and everything. So R.I.P. to Kobe Bean Bryant.
This is the first time we've turned the music down for an R.I.P.
Yeah.
Usually these some D-list, Z-list celebrities.
Well, because it was somebody that was like near and dear to at least some of our. I mean, not my heart. I mean, he seems like a decent dude, but I know at least for Stitch that it was a big deal.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
And it was a big. I mean, it's a big deal for me too. Like when it happened, I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
it's
a shocker.
It's crazy. I mean, just even finding out about it, and it was just like shocking to me. I mean, everyone sort of have lost somebody, whether they've been family members or people that you've sort of admired or looked up to and everything. And for just me personally, it was really weird because I have no connection to him at all. Mm-hmm. And so it was just really weird to sort of self-analyze and understand, like, why am I so shook up by this? And just hearing other people like talk on TV and just hear other podcasts of just like regular fans or whatever, they were all sharing the same sort of emotion. And the only thing I can sort of rationalize it, and I've talked about it more in depth on Better Than MJ, Better Than Kobe, but it was mainly just his mentality that I sort of adopted. And I think a lot of people, even if you weren't a quote-unquote basketball fan of his, he was just notorious for just being an insanely hard-working practice person that even when he's the best at what it is that he's doing, be better. And there's been commercials with the whole Mamba system where it's like him and Kanye before Kanye went off the rails.
I remember that.
And Kanye is just like, well, my record, how am I supposed to sell more records? I got more records. And Kobe's like, more records. He's like, but I'm the best. Be better and everything. He's like, what the fuck you mean, Kobe Bryant? And Kobe's like, you're welcome. And it's just that whole insanely attitude where you could apply it to like whatever it is that you do in life. Kobe didn't make any excuses when it came to stuff on the court. Obviously, he retired, and I mean, to the surprise of so many people, he became an Oscar winner for the basketball film that he produced, Dear Basketball. And
More people saw that than the Brie Larson movie.
Oh, sorry. I mean, they're both in the Oscar winner clubs.
Yeah, that's true.
Unlike Gal.
Oh!
But
Facts.
it was really cool to see him transition, and the crazy thing about the celebrity thing for me, in terms of him, especially being an athlete, is that as a basketball fan, and those that are listening that are sports fans, like what's it called? Does what's the name have a nickname on this podcast?
Cake Man?
Cake Man, yes.
Okay.
I know Cake Man is another Laker fan, and he might understand what exactly I'm about to say, but it's like we watched Kobe literally grow up from a 17-year-old kid when he took Brandy to his prom.
Well, this is the weird thing. You said that you watched him grow up, but no, it's not just that. Is that we grew up with him because he's our age.
This is true. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what makes it probably for most people hit even harder that are our age, because it's like he was the same age as us, went through the same kind of shit as sort of us. I mean, he was a millionaire, but still, it's like watching somebody grow that's your age to come through the NBA and like seeing his trials and tribulations. That was like a little special.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, so when we grew up, it was Michael Jordan, right? But Michael Jordan was like way older.
Yeah, he was an adult to us. Be like, it's Mr. Jordan. You would treat him like a father figure, like a proper adult and everything. Where it's like
Mr. Jordan.
I mean, as a kid,
Respect your elders, yeah.
I mean, old Edge is older. I mean,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, he'd be like Mr. Flintstone or something. But with him, it's like we like Chrono said, sort of aged together.
We were all in high school at the same time, give or take.
Yeah. And it's just crazy to sort of watch through. And then obviously afterwards he became a real advocate for women's sports, his daughter's basketball team, just the time he was putting in with that, the WNBA, and just everything. And it just seemed like poof, all of a sudden just instantly gone.
It's so crazy because like you get to since he passed away, there's people been posting videos of him and his daughter interacting, and you can see like how much love he had for his daughter, and his daughter was like a baller too. Like she wanted to go to the WNBA, but like knowing that they passed away together and like just thinking about it, it's hard not to imagine him like holding his daughter, like thinking about like the helicopter going down and him like trying to protect his daughter at the end. It's like it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it's real fucked up. Now I like it. There's a new hashtag that was created for him and his daughter. It's the girl dad hashtag.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's really cool. I'll probably participate in that with my kids. So yeah, it's just when I first read it, I was like, no fucking way. So I did my due diligence and I was looking up all this shit, and I was like, this is totally true. And then like the link between like the LA Times story of like a plane crashing in like the hills and like the Kobe Bryant thing, I was like, holy shit, like that's literally the same thing. And this is where it gets kind of fucked up, is because I share the story on the our page is on Twitter and on Facebook, but I wasn't aware that, I guess because it was a TMZ story, and so people didn't want to believe it because it was on TMZ, and then like nowhere else was kind of reporting it, and I was like, I looked it up, like it's legit, and then apparently what happened was that TMZ shared the story before the officials even notified the family, and I was like, I felt super bad after that, but it was already done. I was like, I didn't understand that they didn't notify the family until like way after I shared it. But it's just like, I mean, I understand like wanting to be first, like breaking the story, but at the cost of like fucking up an entire family, like that's a lot of people that you're just totally fucking over.
They are.
Yeah.
And that's been TMZ's. This isn't the first time for them.
No,
this is
not.
their MO, and this is how they've always operated in terms of very loose with the journalistic ethics of we're going to just release it first, sometimes even wrongly.
Yeah.
You know?
And then just edit.
Well, and that's
goes, yeah.
well, that's why I tried to verify. Like before I shared it, I was like, I need to verify, but I had no idea that his family didn't even know. I mean, just imagine like if your loved one died and you heard about it on the news.
Yeah.
Well, not even the news. It's like kind of trash news.
Loved ones, plural.
Yeah. Like your husband and your daughter died, and you heard about it on TMZ before anybody fucking reached out to you. Like that's really fucked up. Fuck TMZ. Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean,
but again, I hear you where you come from. I'm just, this is what they do. This is them, and it's not ethical. I get that, and I also don't want the sheriff's department to rush. You know what I mean? Because you want to make sure that it's right too.
Yeah,
They're trying to do their due diligence. They're not going to just rush out and contact a family member if perhaps that person hasn't actually passed away.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's easy for a sheriff's department to know because all you have to do is be like, hey, like you just look up the flight manifest.
Yeah,
look up the flight manifest of like the helicopter that was flying over that range. It's relatively easy to look up the manifest to see who the fuck was on the plane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a total dick move. Just to be, it's like in this whole like new generation of I need to be first bullshit, in this journalism basically dying for sensationalism, and it's fucked up. And I felt bad that I participated in part of that, but I can't take it back because it's already fucking out there.
Yeah, and I don't think our platform contributed nearly as much as obviously TMZ's bullshit, But I get it.
And they were even putting out like people that they thought were on it because I remember one of the other basketball players, Rick Fox, and yesterday during Inside the NBA on TNT, he was actually there, and he was saying like he was just doing something like at a movie or something, and he heard the news about Kobe, and then he said he wanted to just spend time with his family, so he didn't answer any phone calls or whatever, and his best friends are blowing him up on his phone because they think he died as well and everything, and he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, I'm so glad you're okay, and he's like, what do you mean I'm okay? He's like, well, they're saying
why wouldn't I be?
He's like, they're saying you were on the plane, you died as well, or whatever, which is, I mean, on the chopper, which is just absolutely insane. And then just when you're hearing, it's like, okay, there were 5 people, there were 9 people, like just hold up for a second and let's just get it right and everything, because I couldn't imagine, like, I mean, obviously we know now he's got 4 daughters and everything, and they're like, oh, we don't know who was on the plane, I mean on the helicopter, how many people, if they're all gone, who actually is with them and stuff like that. And if you were just like a family member or a really close friend of like the Bryants or anybody involved in that, it's like it must drive you nuts to not know, and then like where are you supposed to get official information from in the meantime, because I'm sure you're frantic and you just got nobody to turn to.
Yep. Do you know if it's true that I guess Kobe and his wife had an agreement that whenever they would take the helicopter, they wouldn't take it together. Like they want to be like either him or her on the helicopter.
I've seen reports of that.
Yeah.
It's hard to separate
facts
from. Here's the thing: she's not giving interviews about that kind of stuff right now. She's worried about obviously the grieving process and funeral arrangements and all of that other stuff. So maybe it's been reported.
Well, the sort of crazy part is that helicopters are technically safer than planes if you're falling out of the sky.
Yeah.
But obviously they didn't fall. I don't think they fell out of the sky. I think there was it was a terrain problem.
Yeah, I think
that I've heard so far.
Yeah, from what I heard is that it was foggy and like they clipped the mountain, and that's what caused the.
That's what I heard. But if you're wondering like the reason why, like, so if you're in an airplane and both engines go out or anything goes out, if you're in a single engine plane or whatever, you're basically just gonna fall to your death. Like there's physics will fucking take over and you're gonna die. But in a helicopter, if your engines go out and you're falling, you can do a method where it's like a auto rotation, I think is what it's called. So auto rotation. So basically, when you're falling, you have to wait for you basically you hold onto something, and it basically stops the rotors from turning, and then you release it, and then the actual air from you falling will actually slow down the helicopter from falling, because the blades will spin again, and it'll basically pick you back up a little bit. And so you do that a couple times, and then eventually you'll crash land, but you'll be way more likely to survive than in an airplane. And actually, if you watch, it was in The Rock, one of the Rock's movies. I think it was like the one with the earthquakes and shit.
Oh,
They did a very accurate.
San Andreas.
Yeah, San Andreas. They do a very accurate representation of what it is. Like when the engines go out, you can basically just auto rotate on the way down. You just have to know exactly when to do it and when to crash land. But it's way more survivable than an airplane.
So I will say when I went to Mexico, we had like severe fog, and like the control tower grounded everyone. No planes were to take off. Nothing. And we sat there for almost 2 hours.
This is your most recent trip over there?
Yeah, this is back in November.
Okay.
So, I mean, fog is a weather condition. You're thinking like, it's nothing. Like, you just used your technology, you'll be able to... No. Mother Nature will fuck you over.
Yeah.
So, when air traffic control says, hey, we're going to wait for this fog to clear, we don't want no one to take off, that's probably a reason for that. For those of you who may not know, I don't know how the fog affected the helicopter, but apparently, from what I've seen, air traffic control at LAX said, "Hey, we're gonna wait. We don't want no one to take off for a little bit. We're gonna wait this out," and they chose not to.
Well, from what I understand, the helicopter was grounded. It's just that the fog did clear up in the area where the helicopter was, but when they got up into the mountains, it was crazy fog up there, and I guess they considered it a whiteout, so even the pilot couldn't see anything. And so he kind of relied on his instruments. But apparently, like, a helicopter pilot has to be certified to be able to fly just off of his instruments. Like, it's a special kind of certification they're supposed to have.
When I heard there was...
From what I read,
yeah, there was another thing. It was like there's a special instrument that it has for a terrain warning. And that the helicopter that they were in didn't have it. But, yeah, we'll see what happens when, like, all the facts are told, like, out there. So...
Lots of great tributes, though. Lots of great tributes around the world. Lots of purple and gold. Lots of 24s. Lots of 8s being seen. And
well, the one thing I like that people are petitioning is to have the NBA change the NBA logo to have it be Kobe instead of, I think, some guy from like 1971 or something like that.
Jerry West.
Christ. Jerry West.
Hey, at least I knew it was the year.
Yeah, no, that's not bad. That's not bad.
We gotta say Jerry Rice because that was.
I would have.
Joe Montana, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
We'll see. We'll see on that. Certainly, there's a lot of fans right now that are championing that. I don't know if it's official from the NBA that they're even proposing that, but I mean, you know, we'll see. This isn't even a week old.
The tribute stuff has been really cool. The one that made me laugh was the Jimmy Fallon one where he talked about him and Kobe made a beer run.
Oh yeah, I heard that one.
That was pretty fucking hilarious when they're both like just new on the scene or whatever, and the guy wouldn't sell Jimmy the
beer.
The beer or whatever, and he's like, oh, you're a Laker, okay, and he just gives us beer and everything like that. So it's pretty funny.
Good shit, man. Yeah, there's the thing. I will say this though. There's been a lot of people online pissing me the fuck off on this stuff, man.
Oh, here comes the shitting.
Yeah,
I go shit all
I mean, look. The day he died and his daughter died, and 7 other people.
That's the main thing. People have to understand that his daughter died with him,
and other people.
A bunch of other people died.
Yeah, but the day that happened, people wanted to take the time to revisit the 2003 Colorado sexual assault, which was never criminally convicted or anything like that, case, and just try to tarnish and say that, you know, good riddance and all this other bullshit. And I'm like, today, first of all, isn't the day.
Yeah.
There's people who have died. Secondly, there's a lot of questionable stuff with that incident all the way around.
Well, the fact that it wasn't criminally... You know,
it was dropped by prosecutors.
It was dropped by prosecutors. I mean, I have gone into this a little bit more on the actual Better Than MJ and Kobe podcast, but you know, she was not credible because she changed her story multiple times, and she decided not to work with prosecutors, and that's why there was no case criminally.
I think this is where people are like hanging on to things, is that he settled in civil court.
Yes. He did.
So
he wanted
just to get to go away, but it's shit's all fucked up. But you know, Ari Shaffir, he right after he died,
comedian.
Yeah, he posted some he's basically fuck him, and I'm just like, dude, Like, he died with his kid, man.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Like-
He's not the only one. There's other
Plenty.
like people as well as celebrities posting
Yeah.
stuff like
Wash-
that. I mean,
Washington Post had a columnist that
Oh,
got
yeah.
suspended for
Well-
linking to this.
Well,
these
currently
stories.
reinstated.
And he wasn't convicted of rape at all. So that's
No.
why I'm just like,
Rachel Evanwood.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
Westworld.
She gone.
Who started mouthing. A lot of people have tried to kind of dismiss like the not the happiness but the
tragedy?
the celebratory like legacy stuff and say, well, what about this? I'm like, you had almost a decade and a half to talk about that if that was your thing that you wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
But the day of, hours later,
yeah,
really?
hours later, more like within 20 minutes.
Yeah, it was foul.
I'm
He's
like,
done
dude,
so much for the
really?
community, so like.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. He was a man, and he was a mortal man, and all of us humans, we make mistakes, and will be a blemish on his legacy, guaranteed. However, people have died in a tragic accident, and for people to just land blast it, even before his family even knew, is super disrespectful. Let us grieve for the people that lost their lives, Kobe, his daughter, and the other people with him, because these people were in his inner circle, obviously. Yeah. And so, once everything's said and done, once he's in the ground, then y'all can talk about him being a rapist, him not being a rapist.
Well, even still,
Even
whatever.
that isn't fair.
yeah, it's hard
Whatever.
to call somebody a rapist that's not convicted of rape. Like, that's that seems very odd to me. And like, if someone wants to argue with that with me, I mean, you're welcome to try. But
That's slanderous.
if he's not convicted of rape, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I understand that he settled out of court, but it's like, dude, he was dragging because he was married at the time, right? Like, he definitely
was
cheated
married.
on his
He
wife.
was
And,
married,
like,
yes.
that's
He-
100%.
He made a public statement.
Yeah.
He made a public apology, including to his wife, his fans, his
He did.
celebrity
Yeah.
friends.
All
I
true.
get that,
So-
but at the same time though, it's like, listen, from what I read, he thought it was consensual sex,
Yep.
and he was not convicted of rape. So I'm just like, people are just out there just tripping about that shit. And
They
it's-
are. I mean, but when OJ passes, everyone's going to be looking at his
Well,
legacy
okay,
as well.
hold on.
That's
Just
way
wait a second. I don't even want to have a conversation about OJ in comparison to Kobe Bryant. I really don't. I think that's highly fucking disrespectful in terms of OJ's a different beast, a very different beast. You know what I mean? A different animal. That's a whole different can of worms.
Same thing with Kevin Spacey. He was accused of rape, not convicted.
He okay, fine.
Yeah, well, that's
But-
on multiple people though.
Yeah,
Not convicted.
he,
twice.
he was not convicted.
He had one case
Some
dropped.
people have died.
Yes, they've
Some
taken,
people have died.
In both cases, in Kevin Spacey's case, people have taken their own life.
Yeah. I mean, in this case, there was also DNA evidence after the incident with Kobe where there were other men's semen in her underwear. Multiple other men's semen in her underwear. And there is video of her at a karaoke bar laughing and joking about this whole thing.
5 years later.
Yes. So there's a lot of things that the PD and prosecutors in Colorado did not think this warranted a criminal case at the end of the day. So, it is what it is. Everybody's going to have their feelings. I wasn't there. I can't say with 100% certainty. But I don't think it's
there.
I don't
None of
think
us
it's
were
fair.
there.
But I don't
None
think
of
it's
us were
fair to say I wasn't there, but this accusation happened. Believe everybody.
Well, this is the problem. As I think for the last 2-3 years, Coronas brings us up all the time that in the court of public opinion, the allegation is pretty much
That's it.
conviction, which is in the court of law, it has to be proven. I mean, the burden of proof lies on the prosecution.
But this isn't even something newish.
No, it's not.
This
nothing
is.
new.
I'm going to go back to
It's
the beginning of the
17 years.
2000s.
It's 17 years old. This is a 17-year-old case. He came out and apologized because he said he thought it was consensual.
What?
And he felt that what she thought wasn't, but he moved on. And he wanted to do better. So there you go.
Yeah. Not fair to him. Not fair to his daughter. Not fair to anybody else that died on that plane crash. But it is what it is.
It is what it is.
All right.
Anyway,
So say we all.
let's move on.
Well, I was gonna talk about the
Hold on.
news reporter, but I guess we can talk about it another time.
Oh,
you already brought it
dropping
up.
the N-word?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see it?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw it. It definitely was the N-word.
Yeah.
I'm mixed about it. I felt like it was a mistake.
So,
Like she was trying
so
to say
here's
the-
what you
Did
may not.
mistakenly say the N-word?
Well, no, she like mixed up Nicker, or she was trying to say
So
the Knicks.
let me
Lakers.
help you out a little bit.
Yeah.
So he's never played for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, I know.
Never done that.
Yeah.
Okay. The Los Angeles Lakers kind of rolls off the tongue. Both, LL,
yeah.
Los Angeles Lakers. Okay. There's no such thing as the Los Angeles Knicks. And you have an earbud and a teleprompter. You're getting paid a very lucrative salary to be on live television.
Yeah.
You can't read? You can't listen?
Well, I mean, people
Professionally?
a lot of like newscasters will make mistakes while they're talking. So
Yeah, a lot of them do.
Yeah,
but
that was a pretty bad mistake.
I mean, yeah, like that was a really bad mix-up of words. But
she said the L.A. Nigers.
Yeah.
So I mean,
That's hard. That's hard. That's actually harder to say than the LA Lakers.
it definitely is.
You know what I
Let
mean?
me see if I can find a clip so people can listen. I mean,
woo,
That was-
we might get yanked off YouTube.
I mean
No, this is hate speech.
Yeah, it's her
Slam.
hate speech. It's not ours.
Yeah, it's not.
All right, here we
ours.
go. oh, hold on.
Are we gonna be able to hear it in the head?
Yeah, we will. Hold on. I got to turn a button up. But
how much he brought to the team, no matter which team, which Lakers team he played on.
Yeah, it seems like he was just the kind of athlete, the kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers.
That rewind the tape, and that was the N word. That was a hard G.
do you want to hear it again? Here, hold on.
Oh my God.
Let me rewind the tape. Here we go.
Guilty as charged.
Maybe the version I heard had the K in there.
No. Let's listen again. Everybody be quiet.
kind of star that was perfectly cast on the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers.
Yeah,
connection.
definitely said
I retract my statement. The version I heard, it sounded like she said like Neckers.
Knicks and Lakers mixed
Knicklers?
together.
Yeah, fuck that.
N-I-G-G.
No.
ER.
Fire that bitch.
Awesome, Uncle
Hard R.
Ruckus ER.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh my God.
It was the hard R.
Oh,
Damn, that was.
he said Uncle Ruckus R. God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
whatever version I heard, somebody must have doctored that shit because that was a hard G.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hard.
man. So let people pay their tributes, and the world's gonna keep on spinning. But very tragic day.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Where you want to go? You were moving on to something, Kronos.
Was I? I don't fucking know. We
Goddamn.
went to the N-word, so.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we're doing this.
I've been
So-
shook this week for sure.
Why are we?
I
shook
I
this
mean,
year?
for
Oh,
one,
this week.
Kobe passed.
Okay,
and
we talked
there's
about
been a lot of, but then like I saw Bad Boys for Life, and I'm shook because it was actually good.
What the fuck? That is a
Yeah.
transition, sir.
Yeah, because
Well, the previous movies were not bad. I mean, they were.
yeah, they're
definitely-
all
was
right.
in.
Yeah,
But
the
The
yeah,
trailer
but-
looked pretty bad though.
But this,
Well,
like-
Martin looked bad. He
Yeah.
looked like he
Yeah.
was like a
Yeah, I
like a
mean-
Michelin Man of Martin.
oh
Big,
damn,
Big Mama's house.
He was fat as fuck.
I mean,
come on.
he's definitely thicker,
He's
but I mean,
fat.
they
They're not thick. He's fat.
they addressed that in the film. It's actually kind of funny, but I mean, this one actually has like a plot and makes sense. There's not just explosions. There's actually some stuff going on. There's actually some heartfelt moments in this film. So I
Is
was
this a
like,
PG-13 or is this an R?
It's gotta be R.
It's got to be R because they curse a lot and there's a lot of blood.
Yeah, second one was
There's some
violent.
actually kind of gory, a little bit of gore.
Ain't no titties in
Because
it though.
They used some bullet time in like.
Ain't no titties
second
in
one.
it. You don't even have to answer that. I
Well,
know it already.
Pretty close. It got pretty close.
How you gonna say pretty close? Are
I
the
mean-
titties or not?
I mean, in Miami, they're wearing where titties hanging out. I mean, they in Miami,
shit.
bro.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. There's all kinds of TNA just falling out. So, I mean, I was actually shook on that. I was shook.
Wait, the movie was good and you shook.
Yeah, because
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. I mean,
All right.
for a Bad Boy film, I thought it was just gonna be literally explosions, some talking that didn't make sense, and then more explosions, and then chicks in short skirts, and then like a chase, and then explosions, and then Bad Boys singing at the end.
Are they still doing the basically Miami Vice style cops going after drug dealer kind of stuff?
This is a revenge flick,
Oh shit.
but
don't
from the
give away
Bad
plot.
Boys style, from the like the villain side.
Okay.
The villains are coming after them and the revenge, and you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, oh shit, shit's getting serious because they get serious. So I was like, oh shit.
I'll
But
check
it
out.
still has laughs, but it was better than I anticipated. I set the bar low, but it surpassed that, and it's definitely did better than the second one, maybe even better than the first one.
Wow. First one was a classic.
First one's a classic, but this one they came with it. They actually took their time, put shit together, did it right.
They put him on a diet halfway through the movie.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm worried about his chubbiness, man.
Yeah,
his fatness. Not chubby. He was fat.
He is.
I've been fat. I can say it.
Nope.
Yeah, I was also shook because Arrow ended yesterday. Series finale. So Arrow, after what?
8 years.
Yeah,
I mean, this
8
started
years.
it all.
Yeah, I mean, we had the chance to interview one of the cast members from the show on this podcast.
Echo Kellum.
Yeah, you can listen to it on SoundCloud because there's no video, but on SoundCloud we have an interview with Echo Kellum. It's actually highlighted at the top, one of the top 4 on there. So I was a little shook because I wasn't ready for it to end, and I think they did a pretty decent job. Yes, they set it up for another spin-off series. We already knew that was coming. But
What's the spinoff going to be?
It's going to be about his daughter and the future. They've been setting it up since the previous season.
What the fuck happened to his son? Shit.
His son's there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his son's gay.
His son,
Okay.
Yeah, but
I don't remember daughter, but I haven't watched it in a little bit.
the daughter
Yeah.
you don't
It's
see.
him and Felicity's kid.
Yeah.
Where the son's with some side chick.
His son was with some chick from like
His
season
mama
3.
paid off.
Yeah, his mom paid off for her to be quiet.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
Yeah, so the son is older. His son comes to live with them in the season 7, and then he gets mad at him, goes to the grandparents. But then the monitor does some shit through Crisis where he brings the kids from the future to the present, and they have to work together and deal with all that. But I mean, they set it up in an interesting way. So I'm interested. I'm not like super hyped, but I plan on watching at least the first 3, see what happens.
Is that coming next year though?
I don't know if next year, but it is coming.
Okay.
It doesn't have a official title. It might be Arrow and the Canaries, maybe, quote unquote. But
They still have Black Canary.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Two of them.
Canaries. Yeah, there's 2 of them.
White canary.
Oh,
There's thick canary.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, because
There's,
Dinah
Yeah,
thick as
Dinah.
hell.
Oh, she's got them DLCs.
Wait a minute, she
too.
got dick?
No,
Huh?
there's
no,
so,
it's different.
there's 2 Dinahs, but they refer to one as Laurel. And
Oh
there's
yeah,
another-
yeah.
So they brought in Dinah Drake.
He said DLCs. That was funny.
Dude, she fucking does.
You
I was
meant
like, wait a minute.
DSLs.
These are the wrong letters.
It's downloadable content. Come on now.
Ah.
DSLs, my bad.
I mean,
some dick suck,
I
some
would
dick
definitely-
licking
Dick licking.
cunts.
Oh,
I was
man.
like, what?
I would definitely.
Chompers.
I would definitely
gotta be
download
loud.
my content.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, I was like kind of shook because we were there. I know Stitch and I were talking about it. Me and Blue we've been talking about it. We've been watching it ever since, and it came to a close. Like, I mean, he died during Crisis, but they still had 2 episodes after, and they finally closed it out. And they literally brought back damn near everybody.
I mean, here's the thing. I feel like Stephen Amell definitely brought it when it comes to TV action-based like comic book shows. He brought it for 8 years. I give him props for that.
Yeah.
I feel like he should have been in some fucking movies.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I know he's in the Ninja Turtles,
Yeah, he's in
but
Ninja Turtles.
I mean, I feel like they could have gotten him and used some of his like clout in some of these, whether DC or Marvel or whatever.
You mean Justice League?
Something. I don't know if he could have saved Justice League, but I'm just saying like. He is Arrow, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, more like just like RDJ is Iron Man.
Iron Man,
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's gonna be hard.
Played that role.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to replace. I mean, I know the show's doing it. They passed the mantle to his daughter, technically. So
I don't. We'll see how that goes, man.
I mean, there is Arrowette. I don't know. She doesn't have a moniker yet, but I mean, in the comics there is Arrowette.
Okay.
Obviously, there's Red Arrow.
That's a
there's
dumbass
Speedy.
name.
Yeah,
I'm gonna just put on the record. That's a dumbass name.
Yeah.
there's
Well,
also-
Speedy's the worst name too for
Yeah, Speedy.
an archer.
Speedy,
Yeah.
Speedy came
Should
out
be a
lots of movies.
speedster,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
You know what's faster? A bullet, bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. Get a gun, you bastard.
So yeah.
We'll see. We'll see though. But shout out to him. I hope he does something next
so.
that's fun. You know what I
I
mean?
hope so. I hope he's managed to get some work that utilizes his skills. So.
Absolutely.
Have you guys been following that, I guess, beef going on with Gabrielle Union, Terry Crews, and then the what show
America
is it?
Like-
Ferrera? Oh.
Very, very lightly.
Okay.
Break it down a little bit.
Supposedly, Gabrielle Union. Well, I pulled it up, but Gabrielle Union was the host a couple months ago on I forget what.
One of the talent shows.
Yeah, America's Got
Is it
Talent.
the X Factor or something like that?
I think it's
it
probably.
everyone?
I think it's America Got Talent.
I think
Because Terry Crews is the host for that. or
Okay,
whatever.
yeah. So
He
it's
took over for Nick.
yeah. So Gabrielle Union left, and she came out and said that it was a toxic workplace. There was a lot of sexism going on and a lot of racial stuff. I don't know if it was to the level of like Founders Brewery kind of deal. But
Hard ER.
yeah. But she ended up was just like, I'm leaving this. I ain't gonna talk about it or whatever. It'll come out when it comes out or whatever. Well, supposedly, I guess Terry Crews then joined the. I guess he's the host now or on the show now, and people are mad at him because I don't know if he directly said that it was BS what Gabrielle was saying, or he didn't just.
I thought he said something along the lines of, and I don't watch the show. This was just me quickly glancing at an article, but something along the lines of, I didn't experience what she experienced.
Okay.
And they've treated me great, or something like that.
Okay, and then I guess people are mad at him now. Now that's where I got a little bit confused because I mean, obviously I don't really watch the show or care enough to go overly digging into what's going on with this whole thing. But I guess people are mad at Terry Crews for not having Gabrielle's back. But as far as I'm understanding, is he's saying it didn't happen when I was here.
Is he still there?
Well, see that doesn't invalidate what she said though. Like somebody saying that I didn't experience what you experienced doesn't invalidate what the other person did.
Right.
So I don't really understand the issue there. Like if he wasn't there to see like what was done to her, like how could he possibly be like?
Right. People probably want blind support. No matter what, from someone like Terry Crews because of his advocacy last year.
Right. Well, because that was sort of validated though, right? Like what he went through, like the guy grabbing his dick or whatever.
Well, but I mean in terms of not even just that incident though, he became a champion for everybody speaking out, all women and victims speaking out, believe all victims, blah, blah, blah.
No, you should never do that, especially here in America where, it's supposed to be innocent to proven guilty.
But I'm just saying, in terms of, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm almost positive there were quite a few times when he went into that camp in terms of victims, believe them all, that kind of stuff. And I'm not calling it hypocrisy. I'm just saying that the quote-unquote internet outrage is probably along the lines of he should believe her even if he didn't experience it.
No, that's the problem though. If his statement was just that I wasn't treated that way, then that does not invalidate what she may have gone through. So I don't understand like the controversy there. Like I really don't. It's like if somebody told me like I work for a pretty big company. So if somebody told me that they experienced a lot of racism at that company, I would be like, well, I haven't. That doesn't negate what they've done, like what might have happened to them. I'm just saying that I haven't.
Yeah.
I've thrived at this company, and I don't understand how that would even be an issue. It's just like, if I wasn't there to personally see it, or you don't have enough evidence for me, it's like, listen, I haven't gone through the same things you have. And just saying that doesn't invalidate shit, so I don't understand why people are angry about it.
The only part that would confuse me is that I couldn't remember how people perceived Terry Crews when he came out with it. Were people just like, oh,
the Me Too movement wasn't on board? They didn't give a fuck about him.
And even others. I mean, I think with skepticism, a lot of skepticism and bewilderment initially, and then some people started to slowly, as he spoke out more, become more of a fan and get into his kind of campaign. But he was very vocal. I do remember this quite well, about, believing everybody, all victims and all of that.
Yeah, I will never believe all victims. So it's not going to happen to me. For me, anyway. You need to have, like, some sort of proof. And that's the way it should always be, because if not, I could just accuse anybody of anything, and you'd have to believe me. That seems rather ridiculous, wouldn't it?
Even if you have other people's nut in your drawers?
Yeah. It's just that.
I'm just saying. Oh, crude. Yeah, but it is what it is, man. I do recall something with Gabrielle Union where I feel like Orlando Jones and her, like, kind of one way or another supported each other in terms of their workplace environments, but I don't know if they worked at the same places or for the same companies or whatever. Obviously, Orlando Jones with American Gods had his whole fucking ordeal and shit. Quick plug, goddammit. We have the golden fucking eggplants out there in the goddamn motherfucking wild. Yes. If you have not voted, you're a piece of shit. No, I'm just kidding. We love you. We love you. But God damn it, if you don't get on that motherfucking voting ballot and make your voice heard, we're gonna leave it open for another week.
I think
it's already been a week, almost.
But you haven't really talked about it being live yet at least on the podcast.
No, because we did it that night. It literally came out that night.
Came out last week, a week ago.
Yeah.
We said.
So I think we said
next week would be 2 full weeks.
We said after the Super Bowl for sure.
Okay, so that's next week.
Yeah.
All right, next week.
Whenever.
Wednesday. Yeah.
I was thinking one more week.
You say a week after?
Maybe a week after.
So you give them 3 weeks?
Yeah. Give people time.
What date is that? You look it up on your goddamn calendar so we can put that at the fucking date.
All right,
so we put once
next week is the 5th, and then the week after that is the 12th.
Oh, okay.
All right, Blue is being generous with y'all punk asses.
Yeah. Well, just because we talked about it last week, but we didn't say that they're up and live.
Okay. All right,
so if you follow us on our socials, you would have saw that we posted it.
So then February 12th will be the unveiling of the award winners of the Golden Egg Plats for 2019.
And so far, I haven't looked at any of. I'm trying not to see what the results are so
I don't
far,
look at
but
anything.
I've been looking.
There's been a good amount of people that voted so far,
Good.
over 100, I think.
It's just about 100.
Yeah.
What I love is people come at us hard as fuck saying, well, what about this on the FAP Awards? And what about this for Porn Star? How dare you not put my fucking FAP favorite?
Direct your hate to Old Ninja.
Yeah, Old Ninja controls all the FAP and the
hold the
Porn Star of the Year.
He was editing stuff to his likes and kinks. My girl Kimmy Granger was not on there.
I didn't even have Samantha 38G on there.
First of all, if you can see my face, I'm wearing the Bugs Bunny meme that says no. Y'all motherfuckers, we all have access to the goddamn awards. If you wanted what you wanted on there, you should put on there. Exactly. He added. Well, then shut the fuck up.
No,
man.
you guilty.
If you wanted what you wanted, you had access. You put it on there.
You got caught with the keys because last week with your bullshit trying to edit it.
We gonna put the Crisis on there. That's a show.
Yeah, I just put it on. I didn't put it. Is it on the fucking awards?
You tried.
You were trying to make.
Try.
Oh, you were stretching everything out. Like Mr. Fantastic over here.
If you wanted it on there, you should put it on there. Every single one of us had access.
I don't.
No one. Your fingers broken? No, I don't think so.
I don't think Bill Burr should be on there, so I deleted him. I don't think that blah 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 should be on here.
Hold
so
on,
I
let
deleted.
me go in here.
What was the other one? We
just
checked them on a bunch of shit.
No, you didn't.
Yeah,
no, you didn't.
We had to set the record straight. But anyway, in all seriousness,
Chernobyl should be on here because that was a one-time thing.
You watch Chernobyl was great. Taught me about radioactivity.
Well, that shit was pretty interesting. It was like motherfuckers melting and shit.
Yeah, man, that shit was great. But yeah, please fucking vote. We'll put the link out there again, tied to this fucking episode and shit. But man, this is gonna be another interesting goddamn year. We got a hard date, the 12th, right?
Yes, the 12th.
All right, goddamn it.
Right for Valentine's Day, so.
Oh shit!
It's the day before Steak and Blowjob Day.
Oh yeah.
That's the holiday.
Steak and Blowjob Days. I thought it was in.
I thought it was the 15th.
Month after, right?
Oh yeah.
March 14th.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta get your facts straight. Where is is that the actual date? Put that out
I
there.
think so. Let's see. Steak and blowjob.
It's a real holiday,
I
goddamn it.
demand blowjobs every day. I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
there you go.
understand why you need a special day for blowjobs, but.
All right, let's get into some of this game in a little bit. Outer Worlds. I'm seeing it right here. You playing this one finally,
Yes.
Kronos?
I'm finally playing it because
March 14th is Steak and Blowjob Day.
There you
Yeah,
go.
it's March,
Well, they even have like an icon and stuff for it.
Yeah. So
Knobber Day.
I started playing Outer Worlds, and I gotta be honest. Like I was playing the Star Wars game, and I was into it, but I guess I wasn't that into it because the DLC for Borderlands 3 came out, and I was all over that shit.
Yep.
And then I was like, do I really want to go back and play Star Wars?
Nah.
And apparently no. I'm gonna try to go back, but for some reason it just like wasn't clicking for me. But I'm gonna try to go back. I don't know what wasn't clicking, but
The
I
name
stopped
Star
playing.
Wars was the problem.
Damn.
Anyway, Darth Stitch got some fucking problems. So I decided to start playing Outer Worlds because I recognize that I haven't played an RPG in sort of a long time, like a true RPG in a long time. And I was like, you know what? I need to get my fucking RPG fixed.
There you go.
So this game is fucking fantastic. I gotta be honest though, it's a little too easy on normal. I gotta put it on hard. I think I gotta put it on hard because I haven't died at all, and I'm killing everything with like ruthless efficiency at this point. So I definitely got to up the difficulty. But it's really good if you're a fan of like the old Fallout games, or even like I think they did a game for Star Wars too, right? Didn't they? Like
Obsidian?
Oh yeah, Obsidian did Nazi the Old Republic Part 2.
Yeah. But yeah, this game it's really fucking good. It basically has like the kind of like the funny like quirkiness of Fallout mixed with like kind of more futuristic. So
I get Mass Effect vibes from some
Mass
of it.
Effect too. Yeah, like their conversation trees are like really legit, and like you could definitely like play this game and like miss out on a whole bunch of things depending on how you answer questions.
Yep.
And that became very obvious to me when I got a new crew member from just answering questions.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, I wasn't expecting to get this person at all.
Yeah.
And then I got him.
Now you know me. I'm trying to fuck my crew member like hard. I don't. She's not really feeling it so far.
Which one?
The very first one from that town. Yeah.
She ain't gonna feel it, bro.
Oh. But I upped my charisma.
That don't matter. You are trying to attract somebody that is not attracted to your gender. So yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So the hard way.
And she's also not even. She's also not even into like physical anything.
Oh really?
But she likes women.
Maybe I should listen to her.
Listen to what she says. She drops heavy hints once you go to Groundbreaker, and you listen to what she has to say.
So just whip it out.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean the game is like the conversation trees are like really good, and like the fact that. We were just talking about this before the podcast, and like the way that Skyrim kind of changed the way for me that RPGs were played, but they in Outer Worlds they did a little different, so it's not as good as Skyrim's progression goes, but it's pretty fucking good.
There you go.
So basically, every level you get 10 attribute points that you can spend on various things, and then every other level up you get a perk point. So and that comes in very handy, and all your companions get perk points as well. And it comes in handy in like really fantastic ways. So I'm like a science guy that's really good with guns, so I can like hack a bunch of stuff. I'm good with like medical stuff and like all this other shit, and it plays out in the game because like I can lie to people or persuade them or just like hack stuff outright, or because I have such a high science level, if somebody asks like a science question, I can just answer it right away. You know, so
or you can punk them too, because I'm on. I go chaotic evil on that shit.
Yeah,
killing good guys, killing bad guys, everybody.
Well, that's what's cool about upping like your. I forget what perk it is, but it's like the one where basically you're more social. Is that you get both the persuasion and intimidation.
Yep.
So you can go whichever way you want, but if you don't put points in that, you don't get those options.
Yeah.
You know they're always locked out. So I thought that was really cool, and the fact that your armor can also up your perks. Or your attributes is really cool, and also your companions.
Yep.
So if you're on a mission where you need like high hacking points or something like that, you can just add in another companion. And they automatically up your hacking points. So
okay.
Yeah, it's really interesting game. I think it's well written so far. I think I don't care so much about like the main story as more as just like I just like enjoy playing the game.
Yeah.
You know, so it's definitely an enjoyable experience so far. So if you were like waiting for like a Fallout game to come out, and Fallout 76 was not your business because it wasn't for me either. It's still in the wrapper. Definitely get the Outer Worlds.
Yeah,
it's really good.
I put it on the list. It's a nominee for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So the only thing I don't like, and this is probably in the settings, and I just haven't messed with the fucking settings. The font seems kind of small.
Well, that's because you're old.
I mean, there you go.
Buy some glasses, you old bastard. I got really good contacts.
Yeah, I gotta up the fucking font or whatever. But yeah, so far I've enjoyed it. I mean, I haven't played it in maybe like 3 or 4 weeks. You know, Monster Hunter's been everything for me.
Well, I'll tell you, fuck that weed game. One thing that was kind of unfair when I started playing this game is that I got some really good weapons like right away. So I'm like super OP right now.
Yeah.
Like crazy OP.
Yeah.
Like I found like this fucking. I got this one gun. And I didn't know what it did because when you pull the trigger, like nothing came out. I was like, this is fucking stupid. And I was like, well, I'm gonna wait for an enemy to come around. And then once the enemy was like near me, it was like this fucking crazy like plasma caster that when they're a certain range, it does like an insane amount of damage.
Okay.
So it just like it would basically reduce them to dust.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what the fuck? And then I bought or I found like this crazy pistol. It was like the same thing. It was just like you do like 2 shots, and anything is fucking dead.
There's a lot of great loot in it. There's a lot of great loot.
Yeah.
No, I enjoyed my time. I need to fucking finish it off, but I like the fact that unlike Fallout, which I loved Fallout 4 in a lot of ways. I beat the whole fucking thing, but goddamn, that game was buggy. You know?
Fallout 4 is buggy?
Yeah, Fallout 4, and obviously 76 was buggy too.
Well, yeah. I love Fallout 3. I think that's where most people should probably play is Fallout 3 or New Vegas. And Obsidian did New Vegas.
Did they do like a remastered version for the 4? I never saw it.
I don't know.
I feel like those were landlocked on the 3. But now maybe we can play them on the 5. I don't know. Who fucking know? What Blue, what are you playing? Anything?
With myself?
Oh!
It was definitely TMI with a room full of dudes.
Yeah. Well, you asked.
I'm going to scoot my chair over.
So closer to him? Or?
Scoot away.
You want a double Dutch rudder?
No.
You need a date for steak and a blowjob?
This isn't one of Prodigy's memes. It's not going to be like that.
Hey, I'm married. No.
In photos, so. Or Old Ninja, are you playing anything new? Or are you still... What are you dicking around with?
I'm still weave hunting.
Well,
I've been playing. So, actually, Stitch, we haven't gotten your input in this because you were talking about it, how hunting terrorists was going for you because we finally did the Spec Ops, which you hadn't tried in we've been playing, but the last time you talked about it was like maybe a month ago.
Yeah, are you liking it anymore?
Oh, yeah, it's really fun. Me and Old Ninja been on it. Gotten in the whole completionist thing of trying to like level up my optics on some of the guns. So I just kept doing the same multiplayer thing over and over again. But I finally unlocked it today, and so I hopped back on Spec Ops and everything. So probably after the cast, if I'm not too tired, I'll probably need to jump back on there and game and fuck some shit up on that. I bit the bullet and I
do
did.
what you can.
I bought fucking they got me with some
the battle pass.
The battle pass purchase.
Shit, they got their hooks in you.
So I was like, well, obviously I don't do these in-game purchase things very often.
Sure you don't.
I think it's only like the second one I've ever done that I can recall. But I ended up he explained to me how the whole battle pass thing works, and so I bought it, and I forget what I even unlocked with it, but just to get the perks that I was level up, progressing, and getting. So it's enjoyable. It's pretty fun. They've been putting out a bunch of I'll give them credit. There's a lot of new trinkets and stuff you can add to, whether it be like a finishing move or a different sort of gun package that they give. So
what game is this?
Modern Warfare.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's worth it because it's still kind of annoying to even have to pay on top of a $50, $60
You didn't have
game.
to.
Yeah. But it's okay so far, so good.
You never bought a DLC pass?
Well, I've gotten like the season pass stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But not just like an in-game thing. Be like, oh, if you want this bundle thing, it'll cost you 500 Modern Warfare coins, and it costs $5 to get a boost in Modern Warfare coins. I'm like, okay,
here we go.
I was like, I'll let this happen just once. But and it's enjoyable so far. I mean, I'm having a nice little good time with it on the Spec Op part.
Yeah, have you played recently? Because this shit just updated again.
Yeah, I was playing today.
Okay.
What do you mean by what?
Because they changed some of the playlists. Like they added Infected again. They have like this weird deathmatch domination. They add Shipment, which is a very popular map.
Okay.
And then
I kept doing Shipment over and over again. So
yeah,
I might have just completely been oblivious to the other.
Yeah,
modes.
there's some stuff that they put in, and then what was
the,
it? Oh, the crossbow.
Is the one is it like a zombie thing?
Yeah, the Infected is a zombie thing. Basically, you start out with your loadout, and if you die, if you die, you respawn with a knife. You can only run a knife, and that's pretty much it.
And that's a co-op one, or is that a?
It's a matchmaking one. It's not a. It's basically
just multiplayer.
It's multiplayer mode. Yeah, you start out. So literally, it starts like with two people as zombies. So they have to get a kill to convert them into a zombie.
Okay.
So you're just going through until the last person is alive.
Look, here's what I'll say. They've added some creativity into some Call of Duty. I mean, you can't say it's just the same old same.
Oh yeah,
anymore.
definitely not with this, especially with the. So the current season ends in like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And there's been rumors that they're going to add fucking Battle Royale to this one.
Why not?
So I'm like, oh, fuck. This is going to change the game all over again. I mean, right now, they added the crossbow, on Tuesday. And you got to, basically play the game to unlock it. Or you can pay to get it unlocked. It's up to you. You can get it either way. Either you want it right now and pay for it, or you go through the grind to get it.
Look,
either one.
Call of Duty is just huge, man. I mean, what was that? There was like an NPD thing that came out and for like the top games of the decade or something like that. It was just Call of Duty Ghost, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I mean, it was just Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, no. Did you see the one that was for 2019? The top-selling game of 2019 was Call of Duty across all platforms.
Yeah.
So I was just like, dude, that just came out in like end of October.
They do this nearly every year. Obviously, GTA and Red Dead, did extremely well, and there was some.
GTA is still
doing it.
Oh my God! I mean,
that's like the timeless game.
It really is, and that's the thing. 2013 PS3 Xbox 360 game.
Yeah.
But it's
still in the top 10, I think. For
it's still fun because they add so much great stuff to that online.
For free.
Yeah.
For free.
They do. The casino heists were fun. And I was just playing those like a couple months ago. The mechanics are like timeless. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it'll help you learn Greater Los Angeles almost. You know what I mean?
Learn you how to start your own like crime syndicate.
Yeah. So much props to that.
They got to put a Skid Row fucking DLC in there. You got to fight basically zombie fucking homeless people.
That would be fucking dope. Actually, I wouldn't be hating on that at all. I'd be like, this is
people get so
dope.
mad, but it's so true. It's like the same thing in like San Francisco.
Oh yeah,
like there's the homeless problem is like it's ridiculous here now.
Yeah,
like and it's all because of one fucking prop.
Well,
like that and the crime and like in like L.A. and San Francisco especially.
And no place to live too.
You know, it's not like the fact that I think it's like prop not 13. I think it's in the 40s or something like that. The main reason why there's like so much crime in San Francisco right now is because of one proposition, is because they made it so that anything that is under $950.
I think it's 42.
Is it 40? Yeah, I think it was in the 40s.
Yeah, for the misdemeanor like theft and burglary.
Yeah. So basically, what happens now in San Francisco is if you rob somebody for less than $950, it's a citation. Like it's not even a fucking felony. Or it's just a citation. You just fucking go away.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
But wait,
people voted.
Hold on.
It essentially was sort of like a jail reform thing. That way they would stop throwing people in jail for just sort of whatever.
Yeah, but it's not frivolous though.
Yeah.
Robbing somebody's not frivolous.
So they decided to sort of up the amount. So if I break into your car and let's say I take your
iPad,
PlayStation or something like that, and it's under the normal amount in most places, even when I was in other departments, it was like a $400 thing to determine if it was a like grand theft. It depends on the amount that is being taken from you.
Okay.
In California, the amount is $950. So, I mean, it would just be a misdemeanor, just like a little cite warrant. I could just cite you out and release you and be on your way. Where normally it's like, yeah, you broke into this dude's car and you stole whatever, and then
you go to jail.
You would normally go to jail. But to sort of just kind of trim down or whatever the workload on the prison system, where they're just throwing everybody in jail, they decided to. I'm pretty sure it was 42. It was voted on before I moved out here in 2016. Yeah. But it essentially is sort of let these crimes go just with slaps on the wrist, which is a huge issue on why we have all these car break-ins.
Yes.
Which is the number one fucking thing that drives me nuts.
It's not even just car, well, especially in Fremont, stuff like that. Like in the Bay Area. But it's not even just that. It's like literally you can walk into a store right now and like take anything you want and just walk out with like literally no consequences.
Yeah.
And it's happening all the time in San Francisco.
But I'm sorry. Can we go back one quick second? You're saying that this caused homelessness?
That's that prop made it homelessness like it's also in the same prop, it made it so you can basically like shoot up in the streets, and it's like that's no longer, it's like basically decriminalized, like do shit like that, and like the shitting in the streets, shit like that.
Oh, shitting in the street. Okay.
Shitting and shooting up.
Okay.
Like it's like all that stuff was like kind of like rolled into like the same prop, and it's like I actually verified this with
like quality of life crimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I've verified this with like, because I do jiu-jitsu and I roll with like a lot of cops. And one of the guys I roll with, he's part of the SFPD, and he's like, yeah, man, we can't. There's nothing they can do against these sorts of crimes because it's not a law anymore, and it's like it's crazy.
But But you're saying, I just want to be clear, you're saying that the proposition increased the number of people living on the streets, or what they do on the streets?
What they do on the streets. Okay. And the fact that you could do them on the streets, so it actually concentrates the people that are doing that kind of shit in certain areas.
It's for those that like understand like criminal justice classes, or it's sort of like the broken window theory, where it's like, okay, there's an abandoned building that has a broken window. We're not going to fix the broken window. Eventually, there's going to be just abandoned shopping carts there, mattresses, and all kinds of stuff, and it just compiles until all of a sudden it becomes a trap house. So back in the day, most famously, like New York City, for example, I forget what mayor it was. It might have been like Koch or something, but he focused on, we're going to clean up New York City. There's going to be no prostitution, all these other quality of life crimes where it just affects the perception of how the city is perceived, with just people just dumping trash on the street. That led to the whole sort of re-beautification of New York, where like back in the day when you watch Coming to America, for example, people were just dumping their bags of trash on the street and just like, fuck it, or whatever. But they cracked down on that and totally cleaned up the entire New York City perception.
I think that's going to happen to SF. Like,
they're going to
have to.
There's going to be the pendulum's going to swing, and it's going to be fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like London Breed, I think that's her name, right? London Breed.
She's the mayor.
Yeah, she is like ignoring all these issues, and this is actually a good segue, because I've been going to SF Beer Week for like the past at least 7 years now.
Something like that.
And the first like 4 years, it's been great. And this last few years, it's been like, dude, like what the fuck? Like I've been seeing like the degradation of the city, like within like a year. Like there was like a certain year where it was like it was good to go, and then all of a sudden I was seeing like shit on the streets, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on here? Way more homeless people. Like you can literally watch videos of people in BART stations in San Francisco that are shooting up and high as fuck, like in the hallways, just like trying to get to BART, and that's all part of the same problem, because that's all decriminalized, because it's it's not a big deal for them anymore. But it's like, listen, you have to crack down on shit like that. Like I say this shit all the time. All right, listen, if you are an adult and you decide to do drugs, that is, to me, that is a choice that you've made. However, if you decide to get high in public and like disturb the public, that is a serious problem. Like whatever you want to do in your personal life, that's fine with me. You can shoot fucking heroin all you want in your own personal house, but if you're literally shooting up fucking heroin on BART or in a public street or something like that, like that's a serious health hazard.
Yeah, it looks disgusting too.
Well, it's not just
it's a safety hazard.
I get the public health concern of it. I do.
Like what the fuck? Like, and I totally get, it's just liberal nonsense. And don't get me wrong, like I'm like squarely in the middle, but it's like these people that just want to like I don't even know how to put it, but it's just like they want to appease certain people that are criminals. Like you can't do shit like that in public, like you shouldn't be able to shit in public.
It's really, and this is, we weren't even planning, I guess, on getting on this whole sort of topic, but it touches on a lot of points, because it is the view on on how all this is perceived has changed over the years. Now it can be traced back, if you want to say it's a race thing, in terms of how the opium crisis and how it's more perceived in a more, we need to help these people, rather than how it was just like throw them all in jail, like how they used to talk about in the 90s with crack and everything.
Well, I mean, you do need to help them, but this is not helping them.
No,
criminalizing does not help anybody.
Right.
It's
just
like
like,
you don't have to help somebody on heroin. I mean, you can throw them in jail too, for shooting up on the street.
we saw the dude from the Mighty Ducks. I don't know if you saw his mugshot
Oh
today.
yeah, holy shit! He looked like fucking Golem. I was like, bruh.
Goddamn.
It's all fucked up.
But at the same time, if he's doing it in his own house, like I don't really give a shit.
But he's breaking in houses.
That's way different.
Yeah, and it's not one of those things like, oh, I can handle my alcohol or whatever, or I can handle my weed. Like, you can't handle your heroin. Most people can.
Actually, a lot of people do. You'd be very surprised, on the corporate level, how many folks do cocaine, shit like that. Like a lot of people do cocaine.
I'm just saying, heroin is one of those that's hard to control over a long period of time. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
most of the other ones, you're absolutely right. A lot of people can quote unquote handle, even with cocaine,
Yeah.
so to speak. But heroin's a hell of a drug, you know.
Yeah,
Damn, Rick James in this?
I like what Warrior Fella in the chat just said. Bart fucking criminalized eating on the train.
Yeah, they did.
And listen, I want cleaner Bart. I do.
I definitely do.
Everybody does. I don't want people. I used to work in the city from 2013 all the way to 2017. Taking BART every day, walking about maybe a mile and a half from Embarcadero BART or Montgomery BART all the way down to where the Giants play.
Oh yeah, that's a lot.
You know, and walking in or trying not to walk in human feces all the time. Right. I don't like it for shit. You got to build a whole lot more facilities as well. So it's not good, you know, for the amount of people doing drugs on the street and shitting on the street and being homeless and being fucking crazy there.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
like fucking crazy.
You would have to build again. There's a capacity too for human beings that you can fit in mental health facilities.
Mental health is a big one.
Mental health, but also substance abuse facilities, which are sometimes different. Obviously, you would need to have a overhaul of infrastructure as well. Even jails. You know, for the amount of people shitting and shooting up on the street.
But they're spending billions of dollars to no effect. Like literally zero effect. It's just getting worse.
Yep.
And I see it every single year that I do SF Beer Week. Because again, this year I'm going to take off the whole week to do SF Beer Week, and it's just getting worse. I've seen literally, it's not getting any better, and they just keep fucking around.
Well, and it's not just San Francisco. I mean. All over the Bay Area. This is why I think part
Oakland
of it.
It's mainly San Francisco, Oakland, and San Jose.
Well,
those are the three main ones. In the Bay Area.
But even places that are more suburban have a dramatic increase in the homeless population. All throughout these other smaller cities that you don't even hear or see. Like Marin County had a huge bus stop. What was it? Like a last week. Where this whole trail, Marin County is one of the richest counties in the fucking country.
They're also cunts.
Yeah,
they are. They're cunts.
They're douchey.
Hey, I just love the George Lucas story. So,
how?
It's basically he wanted to build a studio in Marin County. The rich people said no, it's gonna be too noisy. Whatever.
George Lucas.
Yeah, to George Lucas. So what George Lucas did is he built low-income housing right next to rich people, which pissed them off because they can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, and also to highlight this story even more is that the BART is basically like our subway system. It's a subway, but not really. It's a subway in San Francisco, but nowhere else.
Oh yeah.
Basically, it's a public transit like train system that goes through the Bay Area. That system was supposed to go through fucking Napa, like,
of course,
all the way to Napa. But Marin County was just like, nah, it's gonna look too ugly to go through, across our freeways. It's like you have fucking horrendous traffic every goddamn day, but yet you want to deny an electric fucking train to go over that freeway.
Yep.
Like for real. That's how cunty you are.
Santa Clara did the same thing.
Yeah.
And this is before the Silicon Valley was, as big of a thing, and they were just like, nah, fuck it.
They decided VTA was the way to go, and now what's happening?
Now it's all becoming one because now VTA uses the Clipper. Before they had their own system. Now it's ingratiated.
Well, they use the Clipper only because Bart's going to.
It's going to the Dearborn station, and the Milpitas station is still not open.
This is hyper local, by the way. If you're living in New York or Philly, like what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, basically there's a station that's like behind schedule by like 3 years now. So
yeah, and I get it, but sorry, I had to complain about it. It's only because like I'm gonna be going back to SF Beer Week, not next. Well, actually, technically,
right after the Super Bowl.
Here's the thing, and you're not alone. Nobody likes stepping in human fucking shit or dirty fucking needles. You know what I mean? Like that's not fun.
I mean, to be honest, when I do SF Beer Week, I hop off BART. What do?
Uber Black.
Uber Black.
There you go.
I don't step in shit. I'm just Uber Blacking. I step in Uber. I step off BART. Uber Black. I'm like, what's going on, bro? It smells nice in here. Take me to go get drunk, and then take me back to BART, and I'm good to go.
Mr. Cronus, would you like some sparkling water? No, I want fucking beer, bitch. That's what I came here for.
I fucking love Uber Black. Uber Black and SF Beer Week is like the best thing that ever happened. Well, not the best thing ever happened to me. It's one of the best things that ever happened to me. And it's excellent. And hopefully some of you guys can hang out with me.
Yeah.
That week.
Oh yeah,
because
definitely. I'm pinpointing 2 days. out of the week. I do want to go back to 4505. If you pick one of
Is that
those
that
days.
barbecue place?
Yes.
I like that barbecue place.
Oh,
let me know what day that is.
He goes every year. And
Let
every
me know what
day
day that is.
goes, I'm like, oh, whatever
see if
day
I can
that
get
is.
out the house that day. and
Oh
see
my
if I can
God.
Well, I mean, only because so Magnolia, they're not a barbecue place anymore.
Yeah.
To me,
yeah.
Magnolia
That's
was
crazy.
like one of the best barbecue places
Yeah, it
in California, pretty much for me. And they decided to fuck this because
We're going to Ginger or no.
they're gentrifying because
Yeah.
the fucking Warrior Stadium.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
Chase Center.
well, you know, they took out all the barbecue shit. Now it's all like contemporary fucking bullshit. Normal.
That's right. They were in the
food.
dog patch, huh?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
dog patch.
Yeah, I forgot.
They're like
Like,
right
what-
at the is it the beginning? Yeah, because the parking lot is right at the end. It's like literally a block away. So they're
No, it's more than a block away.
Is it
from-
more?
from the
It
stadium.
feels
Yeah,
like-
yeah.
no,
it's
maybe-
a couple blocks away.
Maybe I'm not
But
paying attention.
it's right next to TAD, which I
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
to, Triple Out Design, which is shout out to them. I'll be buying some shit from you.
There
in
you
a couple days. Because every year I buy some new items from them. I'm actually wearing some TAD shit right now, and so is Blue.
No, this
Um,
one. This is.
Oh, it's not.
No, no.
Oh, yeah. You're wearing.
I gotta go back
Adidas
and get
shit.
another one. 'Cause the sweetness hates mine because it's like torn and stuff like that. And
Yeah, get another one, man.
yeah, I'm gonna get another one.
Throw it in the
They got-
gutter.
they
Go
have-
buy
They have a
another.
lifetime warranty for this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, my SF Beer Week like stories are usually epic, and it's just a shame to me that like the city that I really love has been brought low by a single proposition and mismanagement
they
from people.
I'm in full support of less human shit in the streets.
Right.
And most rational people would
Well,
be.
it's kind of dumb because like San Francisco had that fucking app where people can report like human feces so they can come out and clean it up, but it's like
It's everywhere.
yeah, it's every fucking
Yeah.
where. It's like it's fucking disgusting. You're not fixing a problem. You're just I guess identifying it more or
Waiting
tracking
for
it.
waiting for a hard rain.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, Kamek is actually like wary of going there, and it's like
Yeah.
that's some place where I used to take her all the time, but I was just like, I don't know, and it's just, I mean, we took our, we did our last anniversary there, but it's just like she's actually concerned about going there now, and it's just like I'm not because I know how to handle myself, but it's like I can understand where she's coming from.
And by handle yourself, you mean like you can step over the shit, right?
Yeah,
I'm just-
I mean, I can fucking,
you don't wear the open toe shoes.
yeah. I wear rain boots. Rain boots.
Galoshes.
Fucking like, yeah, shit, I was gonna say.
Damn. All right. Are we? Have we talked on any anime at all? Not today, right?
Not today.
No.
Okay. Are y'all current on like My Hero and some stuff
My
like
Hero,
that?
yes, I am.
I'm behind. I got I'm 15 episodes behind. I just counted today.
My Hero.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm kind of like 8 or 9. You know.
Because I don't know for anime, I love to like binge
Binge.
watch it. Then once I'm all cut up, I'll like forget about it. Then I'll go back and binge watch it again. And I
it's
hate
so
doing that.
good.
Yeah.
People did a 180 on this season, supposedly, because I didn't like the beginning of
My Hero?
of season 4.
Holy shit! Really? Well, I mean, Deku goes fucking Super Saiyan.
That's what I'm hearing. I
Yeah.
keep hearing about
you
this
haven't
goodness.
watched it?
No, I'm still in the shittier parts. I'm in the shitty fucking.
Go listen. God damn it. Go watch My Hero Academia. Like finish this fucking or catch up to this season.
Yeah.
Because Deku basically gets to unlock for a certain period of time. And
Ooh.
he basically goes Super Saiyan.
Nice.
Like I just watched the fight between Deku and what's his name? The fire guy. His friend. Yeah, I'm that far
Todoroki?
back. Yeah.
Todoroki? Yeah.
And that was a good fucking fight. I mean, it wasn't up there with Naruto and.
You're like seasons behind, bro.
No, I'm only one season behind.
Okay.
But I
well-
mean, so far I'm only 17 episodes behind. So I mean, I can catch up. It's like
Well-
a day.
Well, it's like basically like in this latest season, it's seeing what Deku can do, unlock, and it's almost like it's very near to like One Punch Man OP.
Nice.
So
He's supposed to be. I mean, he has fucking All Might's powers, right?
he does, but
Almighty.
he gets
Yeah,
damaged.
yeah.
Yeah, Almighty. Yeah, but he gets damaged when he does that, right?
Okay,
when
yeah,
when
yeah.
he goes like 100%.
Yeah.
But there's an episode where he can go 100% and not worry about like he gets damaged, but he hasn't to worry about it.
Good
Yeah.
shit.
So it's amazing. And
Because I know when he's fighting Homeboy, he's like even when he's training with the older guy, the guy who kind of trained All Might.
Yeah. Gran Torino.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gran
Gran
Torino.
Torino,
Like
yeah.
he only trained him how to do only 5% of his power.
That's right.
And there's a point where he's fighting Homeboy where he goes to 8%, but he's like, oh my god, it just feels like 5%. So he's not even using all of his abilities, at least in the season I'm at.
He can't because he's
He'll fucking die.
unable to do it.
And the doctors warned him. They were like, "Hey, you keep doing this, you're gonna fucking end up as a quadriplegic or something." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Shattered all
he
his fucking
still has
bones.
scars on his hands and his
Yeah.
arms. So, yeah.
I gotta catch up on that one, but like a fucking dumbass. You know, I started fucking One Piece. I don't know what possessed me, but it's actually it starts off pretty good.
Finish Naruto. How dare
I know. I need to finish Shippuden, but I did get to the fucking Pervy Sage episode, and I had to stop right there. I was like, you know what? Y'all done it now. Like fucking shit.
Let's hear your thoughts on what happened with Jiraiya, Pervy Sage.
Yeah, so he figures out who. First of all, he has a whole backstory with Pain, and as basically raising those 3 ninjas who are orphaned in the Rain Clan, Rain City, Rain Kingdom,
War.
as his kind of like students for 3 years, I want to say, right? He leaves them because he feels like they're at least trained enough to defend themselves and are able to destroy one of his shadow clones. And then he just bounces and he's traveling because he has a prophecy of being able to train the next great revolutionary master ninja something.
Future Okage.
Yeah, something. So, you know, the old Toad was talking to his ass.
Yeah.
But he hears that those 3 die. You know, I can't remember the fucking name. 1 girl and 2 boys. You know what I mean?
The paper girl and the what was the other guy's power?
One with the eyes that are not.
Well, that's Pain.
Yeah, but the one with the swirly eyes. God damn it! I'm really fucking this up. Sorry, Naruto
Swirly eyes
fans.
is Pain.
But
That's
I mean, his real name when he was a little kid was not Pain.
Shit.
Oh, no,
I forget.
Whatever the fuck it was.
Some of the
Nagata? Something.
Nagato.
Something.
I think it's Nagato.
Oh, shit. I'd say Negglers?
the Nakers, yeah.
The Naggers is what I was saying. The Naggers. Wow.
But he comes back and he's trying to do some infiltration shit, and I'm sorry, this is hella old shit for everybody who's fucking seen Shippuden.
Yeah, it is. Oh, is it Nagato? Yeah.
Nagato?
Pretty sure it's Nagato.
I'm probably my
Yes.
Nagato. Okay. See? But he comes back, he fights Pain, who turns out to be 6 motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And Pain whoops the fucking ever-loving fuck out of him.
He wins at first. He beats the first 3 handily.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden...
But even that wasn't easy. But then he got his whole squad, and the dog fight was cool, and he's chasing them around and whatnot. Yeah. And Pervy Sage had his hands together for a whole long-ass portion of that fight because he was like, you know what, let me get my homeboy Toads to come and fuck you up.
Yeah.
Homeboy Toads came, left shoulder, right shoulder, and he still, even the Toads were just like, hey, dude, you might want to run because like this is
a different level.
He's a strong fucking ninja. You know what I mean?
Fuck was.
And eventually, he gets fucked. I mean, a blade goes through him. He cuts off his arm. Like he's fucking bleeding out and shit.
And Pain's like, I'm gonna teach you Pain.
Yeah, Pain's talking shit in a subtle way.
Yeah.
You
nonchalant, but
and you don't even know who Pain is, right?
Yeah,
no, I really don't. At the very end of the episode, Pervy Sage figures it out, supposedly, and he sends a message with his Toad back to the Hidden Leaf saying, you know, here's who he is or whatever, because he's part of the Akatsuki, right?
Well,
or no?
Sort of.
They wear the cloud shit.
I mean, he is part of Akatsuki, technically,
okay.
Yes. But this is one of the greatest story arcs in anime ever, because it is so fucking layered. Because you think that I can't even fucking fuck it. It's been a while.
Spoiler alert.
Pain is not the head of the Akatsuki.
Okay.
He's not the head.
Gotcha.
So once you find out who the head is,
they've alluded to that though.
Yeah, but even the person you think is the head is not the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's just like the way they layer that shit on, and then once you get to like the 4th grade Ninja War, you're just like, holy fucking shit.
Well, even when it comes to it's gonna be coming soon, the destruction of the Hidden Leaf.
Oh yeah,
that shit's fucking epic. Yeah, and that's when you learn who Pain is.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's fucking insane. Like how Naruto is able to discover who Pain is. You understand how there's so many Pains.
I want y'all to know this is the longest fucking show I've ever watched. But
it's so good.
I mean, Jesus Christ. There's 500 of these episodes. Yes, there's some fillers in there. There's like 40% filler or something. Yeah. And I'm skipping them. But still, that's like 300 episodes of this, and then there was like 180 of the other one.
What's great about this whole story arc, but you're gonna roll into the 4th grade Ninja War like rather quickly.
Yeah.
After this, is that they talk about they show the previous like Kages for the other villages that have died.
Oh, good.
And they get to come back.
Good.
And it's just like it's insane to see like the history between like these other villages and like what their powers were. Because there's some powers where like this one guy, he has like this disintegration fucking.
Oh shit!
Basically, it's like a fucking spell.
Yeah.
Where you can just basically break down some motherfucker on an atom based level, and it's insane.
Magic ninjas.
Yeah, and then watching like Sasuke's like his whole like journey from like good guy to bad guy, and then like try to redeem himself in the end. It's insane.
I like the Uchihas, so far.
Well, they got fucked. They're basically the black people of fucking Naruto. I mean, even though they're all black people in Naruto, but the Uchihas got really fucked over.
I'm curious to learn more. The great thing is I'm watching it like at least with my eldest son. You know what I mean? So he's still liking it, but we're bouncing around. You know what I mean?
There's like another emotional moment where Sasuke, like, kind of, he doesn't fight his brother, but he
fights him.
Yeah. But yeah, he basically fights him, but then like his brother's fucking badass, so nobody can control him. But like their final interaction together, it's like, damn man, like
it's sad as fuck.
It's sad as fuck, but it's.
I'll keep you guys posted,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I'm gonna try to get at least 10 to 15 done this weekend, if possible.
I wonder how far are they in? I don't want to say it, but in the dub, like on Hulu. 'Cause I know they're on Hulu dub.
Well, I mean, Shippuden should be done for the dub, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it should be
That's what
on
I'm
till,
saying.
like,
I wonder if they're done.
They should be on a Naruto now, which I kind of dropped off of. But I need to go back and watch because I heard they like jump forward in time.
Good.
Because one of the greatest fight scenes of all time in Naruto was actually in Boruto.
Oh, nice.
Which is when older Sasuke and Naruto fight like a certain guy.
Huh?
And it's just like it's they basically dumped their entire budget into one fucking episode, and it's insane.
Nice. And this is the same studio that brought Naruto and Shippuden.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean, there's other good fight scenes, but that for me, that's like one of the best.
I'm assuming I can skip the movies, though, right?
Oh yeah.
The movies
You
don't
can
have shit.
skip them, but some of them are a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the Boruto, the son of Naruto, that was
yeah.
pretty fucking good.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
That's when you saw it in theaters, right?
Yeah.
I did too.
That was fucking good.
All right. God damn.
Cheating ass.
And are you guys on Black Clover?
I'm not caught up because I kind of dropped off. I need to get back into it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm trying to get back to the Sword Art Online, like the new season dropped.
Yeah.
So and it looks. I saw a trailer for it. I'm like, is this a fucking movie? This is fucking dope. So
the
yeah.
last season was good, and this season is just like continuing on with it. So.
Okay.
I didn't get a chance to finish watching the gun one.
Oh,
the one
Gun
the
Gal
girl,
with
the
the
little
big girl.
small ass
a lot
good.
of catching up to do. Yeah. Because like so, Kamek liked
Jump on in, Stitch, with
Nah,
your Gun Gal online.
So Kamek didn't like when they switched from Sword Art Online to like Gun Gale. She was like, "Fuck these guns." Like she like
Really? Okay.
I like the swords too.
So they go back to like swords.
But it's a different game, right?
It is a different game, but she was just like, "Fuck this."
Damn.
But even in like the Gun Gale like arc, they go back to like swords because basically.
Kirito,
he has basically a fucking lightsaber.
Yeah.
So in the Gun Gale,
remember
one,
that.
So it's like, what the fuck is? And then they go back and forth between like Gun Gale and like the other one, like the elf one or whatever. But now they're going back to like swords again. So it's like it's really good.
You still got to see the movie. The
Ordinal Scale.
Yeah, that shit's
I
so
need to
fucking
watch
good.
it,
Because there's just one scene where he's like, because he's a badass in virtual reality, but this is AR that it takes place in, and he's like level 2 or something like that. Everybody's like level 50, 60, and stuff like that. But there's like a montage of him getting fucking badass in like a fucking day. Like he puts in the work, and it's fucking dope. It's super fun. I wish they would do some shit like that, like AR to get to that level where like it just takes your reality around you and just lay shit on top.
Blue, you can just do jujitsu if you want, and you can get badass.
Yeah, I guess I can level up that way.
Get you a sword, a lightsaber gun too.
Have you been watching that show, You?
Yes, I'm all caught up.
I haven't seen it, but tell me about this show. It has
good.
great fucking. But who is that white guy that people keep posting memes about?
I haven't seen any of these memes, but everyone
Dude.
says the memes are hilarious.
I talked about this last year because season 2 just dropped recently, and last year I talked about it. It's about a guy who is a stalker, but he's kind of charming stalking, but like he's doing it to protect the girl, but he's also kind of fucking crazy.
Wait, is he the lead?
Yes,
Yes.
the lead guy.
Oh, wow.
It's like
yeah.
it's got a lot of Dexter.
So I was
in
gonna say
it.
something like Dexter.
But
It's a lot like Dexter.
yeah, the thing with Dexter is just the way Dexter ended kind of poisoned my memories for the other seasons.
They
But
can bring it back to fix it, hopefully. Yeah,
but
I watched
it's really
all of
good.
Dexter, Yeah.
This show's really, really good. It's this guy, Joe. I won't get too into detail, but he works in a bookstore and everything, and he sort of has this like monologue where he's kind of talking to himself like Kevin from the Wonder Years.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like whatever, and he sees this girl coming in, and he's like, oh, and he's kind of
like
a
analyzing
creeper.
her,
Yeah, he's just like kind of like, oh yeah,
oh look at
you're wearing a
you're-
short skirt,
yeah.
but you're wearing boots, so you kind of want to show what you're showing, but you don't, or whatever. And he ends up going and getting in this like relationship, and he's crazy because he falls in love with her. He starts kind of stalking her.
Yeah.
But his reason for stalking is because he knows that she's perfect for him. So he'll be like outside her house, like masturbating in the fucking woods.
Is this before they're dating?
Before you even talk to her yet. I guess they have a little interaction in the bookstore.
Yeah.
But from there, like he finds out where she lives. He finds her on Facebook. He almost kind of like what Ellie does. He hacks her and finds out everything fucking about her. He breaks into her fucking house.
Yeah.
I mean, is there
steal some underwear?
Oh, now see, panty thieving, that's a real deal kink. That's an old school kink.
Yeah,
but like he gets to the idea that he's got to protect her and like protect her from her boyfriend.
Yeah, she's got this deadbeat dude that is just like an idiot. So he's like, we can never be together with this dude. Keep popping your life or whatever. So
time to go.
He's got like a safe room that he locks these people in and shit like that. Like it's good.
It's
okay.
It's pretty easy. It's every season's only 10 episodes, so
I keep hearing it. I keep hearing it's fun. I keep hearing it's fun as fuck.
Yeah, you got. I was hooked on. I don't even know why I turned it on, and I just like boop. And then the first episode, I was like, this is gonna be funny.
Okay.
Like when I actually haven't seen the first 2 episodes because when I stumbled onto it, the Sweetness was watching it, and she was already on episode 3, and I was like, what the fuck are you? Because every time I kept walking by, I'm like, why does this motherfucker keep like talking about this chick and stuff like that? So it actually hooked me in, and I'm like, this motherfucker crazy. And I still haven't gone back and watched the first 2 episodes.
It's hilarious. He'd be masturbating outside her house and shit.
God damn.
Just do it all kind like it's got a lot of you in it.
Yeah. I don't appreciate being looked at. People pointing to me, goddammit. Holy shit, I've been kink shamed.
Oh, wow.
It's hilarious.
He looked directly in your direction, almost made eye contact. So
I mean, I've stolen a few panties.
Oh, man.
But he got like a box. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, it's crazy because like he's a good guy too because like there's a neighborhood kid who's kind of being abused by his family, so he kind of like takes him in and like kind of helps him out when he's like in need and stuff like that.
He doesn't do anything to this kid.
No, he doesn't do anything to this kid. Like he's there to fucking like he even takes an ass whooping for this kid.
It's really weird because it's like you kind of
root for him. Yeah,
you root for this crazy. He's a legitimate crazy stalker dude. And what he does, it's not justifiable with his levels of stalk, and he kills people and shit. But it's like you're still rooting for him. You just be like,
so tell me why you liking this but hated on Joker.
Because it wasn't
killing people, misunderstood.
Oh please, don't nobody care about that dumb movie.
Family relationship problem.
Yeah, I mean it sounds like Joaquin.
Have you finished season 2 yet?
I'm about halfway through season 2. Obviously that landlord chick
she's fine, right?
As fuck.
God damn.
And like she's not even the girl. Well,
she's not even the hottest one on.
Well, he's not the one he's trying to fuck or whatever. He's trying to fuck the girl at the Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Baker, the cooker. Yeah.
She's crazy, like sexy crazy or whatever. But the landlord chick she's bad as fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out what was the last episode I saw. He dealt with the crazy Russian dude.
So you got them locked up in the room right now, trying to write the script.
He's
the guy that chopped off his finger.
He's trying to figure out what's going on with that comedian and the landlord's daughter.
Yeah. Watch this.
So once again, he's protecting somebody. Like there's a little girl. She's like 15, going on 16, and like there's this comedian who's kind of a bit of a pedophile, and they touched it on the first episode, I think, but like. He's basically trying to protect her, but she's like fucking street smart.
Oh, and then what cracked me up was the John Stamos popping up in there in season 1. I was like,
the real John Stamos?
Yeah,
Uncle Jesse?
Uncle Jesse in there fucking being a hilarious. I can't even say because it's a good plot thing in it. But
he's fucking bitches too.
Yeah.
I mean, Uncle Jesse was always getting them.
He playing that therapist role, but sniffing panties too.
I mean, even on Scream Queens, Uncle Jesse's up there smashing. He smashed Jamie Lee Curtis in that show.
I used to like that show, man.
Yeah, that show's pretty funny.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. I hit up Shelby or whatever when I watched it, and she's like, "I've been watched that."
Yeah.
I was like, "God damn
Late.
it!" I was like, "You should tell me about this. This shit's good."
Yeah.
God fucking damn. Okay.
I'm trying to think. Well, one funny thing I thought was kind of funny is that so the guy's from New York and season 2 takes place in L.A. He like moves there, but like their group of friends have like this thing that once you see these 7 things, you become your true LA-er or whatever. And like one of them was
the word they call
Angelino.
Angelino. Yeah, that's what it is.
Said LA-ender.
So
with an ER.
Put a "ger" in it.
Hard R.
But it's funny because like we grew up in like the 80s and with rap music and stuff like that, and like was it Ice Cube had a thing in his song talking about like the ghetto bird and stuff like that, and they make a reference to that. I'm like, how do they even fucking know these like millennials and like they know that the ghetto bird is a fucking helicopter, like a police helicopter. So the things are you have to see a police helicopter, you have to see a burning palm tree, you have to see a dog in a stroller, you have to see a celebrity two celebrities wearing the same clothes at like some kind of event. You have to see a woman on rollerblades wearing biker shorts. You have to see coyotes, like a pack of coyotes.
Okay.
What was the other one? You had
Not native to just LA, but all right.
I've seen most of these.
Yeah.
I'm so about to say, I'm all, dude, check.
There's 2
check.
of them I haven't that they talked about. I can't remember what the word, but that's like the 5 of them. But I just thought it was funny, like they make because I've seen a burning fucking palm tree in LA. That shit's fucking crazy.
I saw that shit on 101.
I haven't seen a pack of wolves or coyotes.
Oh, I have.
What was the other?
In 29 Palms. Yeah, when I was on fucking Firewatch.
That is a fucking no joke, man.
It's a good show.
Yeah, it's funny.
This coyote's here.
Yeah.
You've heard him, right?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta watch out for my dog.
There's a definite pack that's like they've actually eaten a fucking like wildlife.
Wow.
So I'm like in like a group for like this area, and apparently somebody has like a farm of like goats, and like apparently like the the coyotes that I hear all the time, they jacked a fucking goat and just like tore it apart.
God damn.
Dude. Yeah. Cause like
It makes sense.
Yeah, we're both
Circle
like
of
me
life.
and Blue live. We live right next to like a creek.
A lot of trails and stuff.
Yeah,
around
the
there.
trails.
Yeah.
So like the coyotes and like deer and shit, they're right there.
God damn. Can they take down an actual deer too, or?
In a pack,
Pack,
yeah,
yeah,
probably,
okay.
But the thing is that with the deer here they move in packs.
Gotcha.
And there's usually like a male deer with like some serious fucking horns.
Yeah.
And he's usually pretty cool, but like when I see them like roaming, I usually see like the little ones or the females. I see the male a couple times.
Dude, when I was walking, because you have the trail behind you here, like I was walking with my dog, and I've seen deers before, but I never felt afraid of a deer because this one deer was just fucking huffing, like it was like, I was like, what the fuck is that? And like I look up and I see the deer, I'm like, Charlie, we're gonna start walking back this way, because
You never know.
yeah, right.
Wild animals, man, you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I
And
don't
it
fuck
was
with 'em.
3 of them. It's like one. I'm assuming one was Bambi, and the other one was
Yeah,
by Bambi's mom.
part of the same thing, part
Yeah.
of the same like group that I see like all the time in my backyard.
The ones that got me, man, when I was in fucking Canada, moose are fucking bigger than you think they are.
That's what I heard.
And you think they're huge already.
No, they're
When
bigger
you,
than cars.
Yeah, you really see a fucking moose with the antlers out to fucking here and shit. Man, yeah, I fucking tucked and shut the fuck up. I was like, oh, that's a fucking moose. I was in a Kia too.
When you're like looking up, you're like,
Yeah, I was
"Bruh,
like,
what the fuck?
And then these fucking tourists were going, oh, let me get closer to them. No,
No,
no.
that moose
No
charges
dumbass.
you, it's over.
Well, it's the crazy thing about like herbivores that are like gigantic.
Yep.
Is like they will kill you just to kill you. Like,
Yep.
they don't want to eat you. They're
No.
just like fuck you.
Hippos, rhinos, elephants, all herbivores, but you don't want those smokes.
Yeah,
you don't want that
they
problem.
don't take no chances. They're just like, you might be a predator, so fuck it.
Yep.
Unless you have a firearm or like a fucking sword, you have zero chance on killing these things.
Lightsaber.
Zero.
Yeah, man.
Dude, so have you had a chance to watch Deathstroke?
Damn it, I fucking
CW?
forgot.
Oh,
I
Deathstroke-
messed up.
Deathstroke-
Episode 2 is out now, right?
I hope
don't
so.
think so.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't think so? What?
I've
I don't
only
get-
seen the first episode.
There's like no announcements when it
They
drops.
can't just dick tease us like that.
Yeah,
It's been like
it's
a
all
month
about-
already.
Oh,
It's been a month.
man.
I just
Almost
saw
a
it.
month.
I literally
Hold
saw
on.
it last week.
If nobody's watched it, it's fine. We'll move on.
Yeah.
You wanted something better.
Yeah.
seen it.
What you got?
Better.
Fucking Picard.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Who did of us watch this?
I have not.
I've seen it.
You,
ahead.
you
saw
seen
it. I
it?
had to.
I know Corey has.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Who's to them?
That's been a while.
Yeah, I saw it like the day it dropped.
Go in.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. This is like. So when Discovery dropped, I was kind of iffy. I know you didn't watch the second episode, which you should have.
Yeah, it
All
should
right.
have with it.
No.
Listen,
There's titties, man.
but
Yeah, there's
Picard
titties.
from the drop, you're gonna fucking love this show. You watched like The Next Generation, right?
Yeah, back in the day, yeah.
You're gonna be. This is gonna be like cocaine to you. Like seriously, I was like, God damn. And so I'm watching this with K-Mac, and K-Mac she didn't watch. She wasn't a Star Trek fan growing up. She was a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I'm a tracking.
Yeah, but I grew up watching The Next Generation.
Yeah.
And so when I'm watching Picard, it's just like, dude, there are so many like Easter eggs. She's like, don't tell me anything. I'm like, God damn it, there's so much stuff in this fucking episode. It was so fucking good. This is probably like the best like comeback show that I've ever seen.
Wow.
Seriously.
This is one episode?
Yeah, it was
In one episode.
Yeah, it's only been one. The next episode is tomorrow night.
Yes. Comes out on Thursdays, which is like CBS All Access. Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
Just drop them all. Come on.
I really don't like that shit. I mean, Disney Plus did that same bullshit.
With
you know?
Mandalorian, yeah.
I don't like that practice no matter who's doing it.
Yeah, I don't like the sales model, but I mean they got me. They got me.
What do you think, old man?
This has like, I mean, we're used to seeing the Next Generation cast in big budget films.
Well,
These
a
are
long time
big-
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but these are
How many next gen films were there? One or two?
There was like 3 or 4. I think.
No, it was like.
There was
So
one more?
there was Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and then Nemesis. So 4.
Okay.
So yeah, these are big budget episodes. I mean, we get to see some of the old cast a little bit. We're gonna see more, but we get new cast members.
Data on there?
Yeah, he's the first 30 seconds in the
Which
fucking
is
episode.
amazing because Brent Spiner made it very clear in the 90s that he will not reprise Data because
He looked
he's
too
getting
old.
old.
Yep.
That money
And
talk, though.
Yeah.
God, well, they made him look like Data again.
Yeah, made him look like Data.
What?
They shaved him. They did a little shave up a little bit, little thinning.
He looks like Data from old.
Back in the day? Okay.
He talks the same and everything.
Yeah, it starts out. I mean, it's Picard's on his family vineyard, which we saw in Next Generation, and
which we knew from
Oh,
Comic-Con.
we went from Comic-Con, and we also, they paid tribute, because right after we went to Comic-Con, the actor that played his brother passed away. So, I mean, it was actually kind of like a weird double-edged sword watching this episode, being like, oh, we saw memorabilia in San Diego from this set, from what they're doing, and we get to see the latest, like the current state of the Star Trek universe. We're literally like, the last time we saw them was like 2002 with Tom Hardy.
Well, as far as like that universe.
As far as that universe, yeah. But they talk about like, they didn't talk about Spock, but they do talk about Romulus being destroyed.
Yeah.
Which is where Spock disappears. But we learn some new stuff and we get some revelations. We see like some action. I know like a lot of people who are, I guess, what they call diehard Star Trek fans. They're like really like kind of adverse to action in their films. I'm like, dude,
there needs to be action.
Yeah, there needs to be action. I mean, they're all saying this is too much like J.J. Abrams Star Trek. I'm like, dude, what do you expect? You expect them to like, back in the day, they didn't have the budget to do like crazy stunt work. Like they had to do what they needed to do. How do you think Starfleet, a military branch, does not know how to do hand-to-hand combat? Like what the fuck?
Hold on, Starfleet is not a military branch. Is not a military branch.
Oh, Space Force. My bad.
Well, and they're supposed to be peacekeeping.
They're supposed to be peacekeeping for but
they're
they're armed to the fucking teeth.
They are armed, but that's like way different. It's like saying like our
the
Space
Peace
Force.
Corps and the Navy are the same thing, right?
Yeah, no. Though it's like saying the Peace Corps and the Marine Corps. It's the same thing. Yeah. Definitely different.
Yeah, totally
Yeah.
different. But I mean, it was definitely like a nail biter. Like there was so much given to you, but it was also subtle at the same time. Like,
wait, hold on. Back up just real quick. Are you saying that there is a large segment of the fan base that did not like the JJ ones with Chris Pine?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
there's
I didn't know that.
there's a lot of people who don't like. They don't.
I thought those movies were generally pretty popular.
Yeah, they did well, but there are a lot of people who complained that it was too much action. It was too flashy, lens flares, you name it.
Wow.
I wasn't complaining.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who complained that it was not true Star Trek. But I give Abrams credit because 2009 Star Trek made a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it breathed
more than any other Star Trek, right?
Yeah,
I think.
I'm pretty sure more than any other one to date. But it spawned a few sequels.
Yep.
And it brought Star Trek into a new light. I guess it updated Star Trek.
Yeah,
which I thought was fine.
Well, especially when like they redid the scenes where, Kirk was supposed to die.
Yeah, they switched it up.
And they switched it up. I thought it was amazing.
I mean, my biggest gripe was Khan, like having a Caucasian male with the name Khan Noonien Singh. That does not settle well.
I didn't put that together.
Yeah, well, before in the past they had a Hispanic male with that name.
Yeah.
So I'm still just a little weirded
Why did I
out.
So
think
it's
it was-
okay that he had an Asian last name. That he was. That's stupid. That's flawed logic.
Flawed logic.
Flawed logic.
What do you want him to be?
Noonien Singh. I mean, he probably should be Asian, right?
He should, but he's
Well,
not.
Singh got to be, I would say, South Asian or Indian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
but definitely not. Anyway, like I was fine with like the way they did it.
Cumberbatch? I mean, yeah, he was intimidating and whatnot. It's whatever. I was like, okay,
But
that's fine.
when I watched like the old, I forget which movie it was with Khan. He looked
Wrath
to
of
me he
Khan.
looked like a white guy when I was young.
Oh, Ricardo
yeah.
Montalban looked
No,
white to
yeah,
you?
that was Latino.
Yeah, I know, but when I was young, looked like a white guy.
I mean, his squad was white. They looked like hippies.
He wasn't speaking no Spanish.
He didn't have no accent.
He does.
No, he did have an accent. Fuck that shit. I remember the accent.
Yeah, Ricardo Montalban had a huge accent.
He couldn't hide that shit for shit.
He was a great actor, and that was a great movie.
Yeah.
But I didn't really give a shit. This is what
I said that was my only personal gripe. But
That movie came out. I was 3.
Well, one of the things that was great about like the Star Trek universe that kind of shaped the person who I am today is that they traversed like ethnic boundaries.
Yeah,
way
Oh.
before anybody was really doing
First
it.
interracial kiss on TV.
Yeah, and the fact that like, and this is actually coming out like today in our new political like landscape was like the universal basic income. So if you go back and really watch Star Trek movies or TV shows or anything, nobody that is in Starfleet or actually that is human, they don't have to worry about money anymore.
yeah, they don't use money. Money
They don't
was
use
eradicated.
money. Yeah, the people that use money are like, was it Latinum with
the Ferengi.
Ferengis? Yeah,
Other
but
species uses
Yes.
money, but
humans
the Earth,
don't.
Yeah, actually, I think it's most of the Federation doesn't.
Yeah, 'cause
there are some planets that are in the Federation they use certain currency, but if you're a human, you don't have money.
Yeah, you can live and you're okay, and that's just like it. It's a human right to be able to live and provide for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, he breaks it down in Star Trek First Contact. He talks
Yeah.
about what happened after nuclear war, nuclear fallout. After World War III, he talks about how humanity changed after and how
Well, is
the
that-
pursuit
is that
of
the
money
First
was
Contact?
gone.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was pretty interesting, but
And,
still.
and to me, like when that like planted a seed in my brain to like being like, hey, like why can't we do that now? And we can do that now. So, but we don't for some odd reason.
Yeah.
Like we can do that today because there's enough profits out there to share with people to like not. We can eliminate the vast majority of poverty. We can eliminate the vast majority of homelessness right now.
But people don't care.
Yeah, they love money.
And they actually
All about
fight. They
themselves.
fight against it,
Yeah.
and it's like it's amazing to me. It's like, listen, if you can get rid of all these problems, like why wouldn't you? Like what the fuck?
Well, there's a vested financial interest in
Yeah.
for certain people, to keep things exactly the way they are.
Yeah, rich people want to stay rich. So.
I mean, that's sort of true, but not really. I mean, we have people that are running for president right now that are billionaires that are trying to change the system. Even though I don't believe in a Tom Steyer, but there's people out there that are fighting for it. I mean, I'm not wealthy, but I've got a decent amount of money, and I want people to have a certain standard of living. You know, so I totally get that. And if I can vote that in, I will do that, and that's what I'll do.
But reeling it back to some Picard, we find out that he's no longer he retired.
Yeah.
You find out why. There was an attack on Mars by what they call now synthetics, because I guess they do like androids, but they're not like Data.
I'm glad you're confused too, because when I watched it, I was kind of confused. I was like, did I have to go back and watch
that's
the
why
latest?
I thought so too, but I'm like,
episodes?
no, this seems like a current thing. It happened during the rescue attempt on Romulus, where they were getting refugees from their planet that was being destroyed, and I guess they moved them to Mars. And apparently, the synthetic life, or the androids, they call them synthetics.
I didn't get them.
I got the impression that they're like a million people died from this attack.
No. So what I got the impression of is that when they said that they were trying to basically rescue the Romulans, at the same time, Mars got attacked.
Oh, you're seeing same time.
At the same time.
I got the impression it was like when they relocated them to Mars, then they got attacked. Like
they didn't get relocated yet. As far as maybe I go back and watch the episode, but I didn't get the understanding that they got relocated to Mars and then Mars got destroyed. What I understand was that they put resources into saving Romulus, and at that same time that Mars got destroyed, and that cost human lives, and that's where the huge like controversy came into, because they put resources into saving a hostile alien species, and they left it open for Mars to get destroyed.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go.
I could have sworn the timeline was different, but yeah, I mean, either way, Mars got attacked, people died, and so is there a ban on androids or synthetic life?
Yes.
They're definitely not trusted or whatnot, and it's illegal to make a android now.
But Data's around.
But no, Data is gone because he died in Nemesis. And
it's like a flashback then?
No. Well, in Nemesis he dies. He sacrificed himself to save
sorry.
Picard.
I know where you're confused. Sorry.
Y'all just said he was there.
No.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Why he's confused is because Picard is having flashbacks of.
I know the fuck I said there's flashbacks, and y'all said no.
Well,
just 2 seconds ago.
And some of them are their dreams of him with Data.
Yeah,
because
that's cool.
he's having dreams.
Flashbacks,
with Data. Yeah,
motherfucker.
I didn't hear you say shit. Eat a dick.
Is it dreams, or that he has like Alzheimer's?
They're dreams.
You ages.
Their dreams. Yeah.
Well, it's the future. They should have eradicated that shit by now.
So
also Professor X.
So the whole thing, a lot of this hinges on the whole thing about synthetic life and how it's illegal now. We were introduced to B4 in Starship Nemesis, and he's disassembled in Star Trek Picard. He's actually kept in an institute, like basically an MIT version at Starfleet in San Francisco. And Picard,
is there an Enterprise on here? Or?
Not yet.
Not yet.
And what's crazy is like, so the first episode, like they dropped so many fucking Easter eggs.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah.
And so we already know like 7 and 9 is coming in. We already know that number 2 is going to be in the show.
Or number 1, Riker.
Yeah, number 1. Sorry, number 2. Jesus Christ. I was making a joke from
Austin Powers.
Austin Powers.
Oh yeah.
Who did number 2 work for?
Yeah.
Taking it.
And so I'm looking forward to like all this shit happening. It's just like this show so far has just like hit the fucking hammer directly on the nail.
Okay.
I'm just like, because for me, when I was a kid, or a teenager in the 90s, I watched that shit fucking weekly.
Yeah.
And
Next
to see all
Generation
that
was
shit
great.
coming back,
I was watching all except for DS9. I just watched DS9 recently.
Really?
But everything else I was watching, like Voyager, I'd watch weekly. Next Generation, I was watching.
So they gonna bring back Whoopi or no?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So.
Because Whoopi was great on here. That was my favorite Whoopi role.
Patrick Stewart came on The View and invited Whoopi Goldberg to come back and reprise her role on season 2.
Oh shit!
So
all right, now you might get my hooks in there. You know what I mean?
And she
what about Reading Rainbow?
She's basically he might be in it.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They haven't said, but I'm assuming he'll be back.
If you bring me Space Kunta, I'm fucking down.
There's a lot of people that are reprising the roles.
Yeah.
How does 7 and 9 look? She's still looking good.
Jerry Ryan, she's bad.
Yes.
Oh, she's on Arrow for
They
a
didn't
high
show
minute.
her in like the season so far, but I know she's in this season.
Yeah, she's in the
But
trailer.
she looks bad as
Pull
fuck.
a pic for me.
So-
I ain't seen her in a
Cronus-
minute. That's old.
Cronus, did
Former
you notice
FAP,
former FAP, with oil grease instead of that? Did you notice they're bringing back? There's a character from like the later seasons, Hugh, which I didn't know. There's a character from Borg where the Borg were like crash landed and Picard like talks to him. He disconnects from the Borg. They give him individuality, and when he goes back to the Borg, they become disarray, and then they get led by Data's brother Laura.
Yeah.
So they bring Hugh back from that. He's in the series.
Yeah, there's like a lot of little stuff like that are in the show, and like at the end of the episode, when they showed that they were in the fucking cube, they're rebuilding the cube. I was like, and it's not the Borg.
Nope.
But they probably are the Borg.
Could be.
Yeah, because I was like, the person who I thought was either Borg or the latest iteration of the person that made Data.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's his daughter at all. I think it's the I forget his name.
Oh, they brought that character was in like season 2 of Next Generation.
Yeah.
They talk about him, but he's gone missing.
Didn't Data build the daughter?
He built a daughter once, but there's some new technology that's involved.
Quick
in some new
question.
shit.
For those who were too young or just missed some seasons, because it was on for like 9, 10, fucking a long ass time.
7, 8 seasons.
7, 8. It was a long ass time for the next gen. Is that streaming anywhere? Is it on CBS
it's on
All
Net-
Access?
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, Hulu. I would imagine CBS All Access because
Okay.
I don't service, but it's on It's on Netflix for sure. It's on Hulu for sure.
Oh, look at Jerry Ryan.
Yeah, that's her today.
There you go.
So she got-
Yeah, she was in. She was in
Oh,
Arrow.
look
Yeah.
at that. Nice and tight. Yeah.
Oh man, you about to unzip over there? Calm it down a little bit. Calm it down.
Yeah,
That's
that
her
was-
then.
I'm
she still looks.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's still pretty
Hey.
bad.
Before and after
Yeah.
pictures.
Dude,
I like it.
she was literally on Arrow 2 seasons ago.
This one, Star Trek Next Generation and Xena, like, were my 90s kind of.
That's
Drug
how I remember her.
material?
This right here.
Oh
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, her in like
That
the
was
silver
it.
suit.
Yeah,
Silver
it was
suit,
You know-
bodysuit.
You know what's funny is that Jerry Ryan played Sonya Blade in the Mortal Kombat like YouTube series.
Oh, shit.
It's her, and then Michael Jai White plays Jax.
Yeah.
and a couple other people.
But
yeah.
hold on. I'm sorry, I don't want to jump off Star Trek, but for Mortal Kombat, have you seen the trailer for the new animated
I
shit?
didn't watch it yet,
Oh,
but I
yeah.
want to watch it.
I saw it
Holy
briefly.
shit, the animated shit looks like some violent awesomeness.
Oh, guess what? So that looks like fucking CW's Deathstroke.
Yeah, I'm fucking down. Sorry, but Star Trek.
Yeah, Picard. Star Trek Picard, one episode.
Fucking
A lot of
watch it.
people are fucking hooked. I was hooked. I was like, holy shit.
I gotta
Okay.
watch it.
All the feels are back. Tomorrow is a new episode, which I'm definitely fucking
I had
watching.
to,
Sold.
It's fucking good.
I want to have K-Mac watch like the old episodes.
Oh my god, that's
But I'm
so
just
many
like-
fucking
It's like-
episodes. Dude, so many
It is
episodes.
so well, like she won't understand like all the shit that's happening.
So true, but if you go
And
back,
that's fine though.
no, but if you go back, you will see the themes that Roddenberry had, and it's all about social context, and they just put it in space,
Yeah.
and some of it still applies today.
Yeah,
Which
so
is still good.
That's what all good sci-fi shows should have. You know what I mean? Like Battlestar Galactica was all about, the newer one was all about like the post 9/11 world, and
Yeah.
you know, and war, and you know, how to treat
That
people and
was
all that.
such a fucking. Good
I mean,
show.
that's literally what it was about. You know?
I
So
mean, and
Star-
there's another one coming.
Star Wars Next
it's
Generation
new-
has
new
178 episodes, so if you were to go back and binge watch it,
That's way less than Naruto. I'm just saying.
Wait,
saying.
wait, how long's a Naruto episode though?
22
30
minutes.
About 22.
Yeah, these are an hour.
These are like
Yeah.
45 to
Yeah.
50 some odd minutes.
Yeah, 44 minutes is the runtime.
There you
So
go.
technically, Naruto is 22 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm
So
trying to
that's
get without
still
commercials.
though.
so.
But
I
still,
mean-
I think Naruto's still longer. If you
Damn.
If you put
Well,
it all
an hour
together,
chunk.
Yes.
yes.
And One Piece bodies that.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
But
yeah,
I mean,
goddamn
if Star Trek came back in a big way, I'm gonna say I've been saying I think I mentioned this last year, but I'm not gonna be surprised if Picard crosses with Star Trek Discovery because they kind of set that up
Yeah.
a little bit. Even though there's a
Same
trailer,
timeline then?
no, Discovery's in the past, right?
Discovery's in the past, but if you're watching,
There's time jumps.
yeah, there's a huge time jump.
Well, and we already know because the name of the ship
Discovery or
No, there was like a what was the name of the ship in like the second season?
Oh,
There was a ship that
the Sensu? Oh,
fuck? It was
there's
a
one.
different one.
So
the one across dimensions, right?
yes,
Yeah.
the one that they talk about was the Defiant.
Stitch is like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
what the
so
fuck
the
is going on.
Defiant was in Star Trek Enterprise. They talk about that, how it came from the future and got stuck back in time because
Yeah.
that was a total episode on how Archer took that shit and like blew up shit. And then I guess it's like I think what is it? The Sector 31 has that shit.
Wait, who was my brunette old girl from back in the day on Next
doctor?
Generation with the curly?
Troy?
Yeah.
Troy's back?
Yeah,
she back?
Troy's
She
back.
back in
Back?
this?
Yeah, we haven't seen
Not
her yet.
so far, but yeah.
Yeah,
I
she's
used
back
to
up in this.
Fap to that
She was
one as a
like, I'm pretty sure she was
12-year-old.
Greek. She was like a Greek goddess back in the day.
Yeah.
Because she had that
Oh my
fucking
God.
tight ass suit.
Oh,
Huge ass
that-
fucking titties.
She was
Man.
also Demona
Yeah.
in
Oh.
Gargoyles.
Yeah, short little
Like
chest.
literally, Gargoyles is like a good half of Star Trek Next Generation's
Oh
cast
yeah,
in that show.
Because Xanatos is fucking number one.
He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Riker. The Cyborg one was Michael Dorn was basically Worf.
Yeah.
I don't know if Patrick Stewart pops in, but
I don't think he did.
I know Will
Will
Wheaton. He's in an episode or two.
Damn it, that guy's so great. I hope he's in this too with Picard.
He hosts an after show. So there's a show that complements Picard. He
Oh,
hosts that.
nice.
All right, you sold me. I'm down for it.
Yeah, watch it. I mean, listen, even if you're not a Star Trek fan,
It's still worth it.
watch the latest. Like, watch Discovery and watch Picard. They're both fantastic sci-fi shows that everybody should enjoy if you're a nerd.
Yeah, I think even if you've never seen Star Trek, you can still watch Picard and still get it.
I wonder.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder if Disney gave Patrick Stewart money.
He already
Patrick
said no.
Stewart, if they gave him a bunch of fucking money and they made a Professor X TV series,
Oh yeah,
He-
said no.
He's already
Yeah.
said no.
I'm pretty sure if they put enough few zeros
I mean,
on there.
No.
Hugh Jackman has said like Logan was his last ride.
He did,
You know,
but he
so-
said you never know.
We shall
You
see.
never know. I mean, I think Patrick Stewart wants someone else to take over because he feels.
Well, they had it.
But he also feels like he's too old to be the professor,
Well,
and
he's
he
being
wants someone else to come
Picard
in.
again.
There you go.
He is, but
that money.
Yeah.
that money.
Money talk.
I mean, Disney's got all kinds of money.
There it
so
is.
You never know.
It's true.
All right, let's unless we had anything other big, let's round it on up. Yo.
Well,
Wow,
what-
we had very few topics on this whole episode.
Yeah,
This is hilarious.
Wait,
Demon stuff.
might
Really
be the
quick,
least.
has anybody seen the Ghost in the Shell Netflix series trailer?
Not
No,
since
yeah.
the teaser
is this
trailer.
live action or is this?
I've been
is-
watching.
it
I've been
is
watching
CGI.
Seis Manos.
CGI. Oh, you have been watching. No on that. Seis Manos, real quick. What do you think about this crazy kung fu Latin Latino show?
Dude, it's fucking awesome. It's basically it's basically like it's a kung fu show mixed with Black Dynamite.
Yep.
What?
Mixed with
Yeah.
like it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Is
Yeah.
this live action or not?
That's-
No,
Animated.
it's animated.
Oh.
Yeah, but like the fact that you have like Mexican like folklore mixed in with like Chinese kung fu, and then Black Dynamite in the
Yes.
motherfucker, basically Black Dynamite.
And wolves or like demon wolf possessed like beasts.
Zombies, things
Yeah.
like that,
It's
demons.
really good.
I'm
So,
glad you're taking it, man.
Like, this is one thing that people tend to forget about, like America, and like American, not media, but like entertainment,
Mhm.
is that every now and again we get a glimpse into another ethnic like group and like their whole I don't know how the fuck do I put it, like
Culture or
yeah, it's like the
Lore.
culture, but also yeah, like the lore, and people just kind of totally ignore it.
Mhm.
And then like they put down America for like being all white people and shit like that. But meanwhile, I learned way more about the Polynesian culture from like Moana and fucking Lilo and Stitch than any other thing ever.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Sesmanos is on that fucking level.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like they're basically taking like these two different cultures, actually basically three,
Yep.
and like tossing them all together and like, listen, have this shit. You like this? Yes, I fucking do. I want more. Thank you very much. Like it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like
And it's violent. It's violent
yeah,
as
it's
fuck.
super violent. Yeah, like the first like the first fucking 2 minutes, a guy gets his fucking arm ripped off. People are dying. Blood's every fucking where. Shit like that, and like there's like mutant fucking zombies and shit. It's insane. You should definitely watch Esmanos. This is one of my gripes with Netflix is that they make too many shows, and they do not understand what to market.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ses Manos, for me anyway, has zero marketing.
Yeah.
Zero. You are more marketing.
Yeah.
I'm talking to
That was
Prodigy.
it.
Prodigy is the marketing for Ses Manos.
You're welcome, Netflix.
That was it. Like I didn't see a single fucking YouTube ad.
Nope.
I didn't see a single fucking ad on fucking any kind of network television.
Even the anime fans, like who are deep into anime even on Netflix.
Yeah.
Like you didn't hear a whole lot of buzz, but this was a gem.
And like for me, I stumbled it just because I like the title card that they had for it. Like that's pretty much how Netflix advertises. If they don't advertise it like in video form, it's just based on through the app.
Yeah, and it's fucking dumb. I mean, this is a really good show that like has what I already said, like a lot of good like mixes in like stuff, and people they're probably gonna ignore it because they don't understand what the show's about.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like put more money into like Netflix. If you could just drop like 50% of your shows and just like take that money and dump it in advertisements for like your good shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like stop like picking up all these fucking bullshit ass shows that are like probably not gonna make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just like the Daybreak.
Yeah, or that one with Katie Sackhoff. You know?
Oh yeah, that was
awful.
Yeah, it's like stop making those shows and just dump your money in advertisements for the shows that you really think that are gonna make it. Ses Manos is one of those that was really good.
Yep. And they this is no spoiler, but they leave it wide open and hint at, hey, we're ready for season 2.
Yeah.
So.
And for me, like Ses Manos is like the perfect American show.
Mm-hmm.
Because America is like one of the best markets for like any advertisements ever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like or any show ever because most of our population watches TV still.
Absolutely.
And for me, it's like it's a amalgamation of like 3 or maybe even 4 different cultures.
Yeah.
In one show, and I think that marketing that to like a different country is not going to work. But in America, it's going to fucking work perfectly.
Yeah.
Because in America, and for most of America, we're going to know that hey, Mexicans exist, martial arts exist, black folks in Vietnam exist. We're good to fucking go. This is great. Like literally tearing folks apart. Using hand-to-hand combat, that's a no-brainer, and the fact that they're Mexican is to me that's awesome because it's like a lot. I almost thought that it was like a Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah,
film,
you get
but
that
it's
vibe.
not. Yeah, it really is that vibe.
Yeah.
They even have like the fucking bullshit, fake like old school film vibe.
Grindhouse.
Even with the cigarette fucking
Yeah,
thing.
there you go.
Every now and again.
I love that. I
The
love that.
The cigarette mark every now and again on the fucking screen.
And there's hardcore Mexican gangsters, Joe.
Oh,
like
yeah,
just
yeah,
in a
yeah.
small. I could go on and on.
Danny Trejo is the
Yeah,
fucking
one of the
bad
voices.
guy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's
fucking works.
awesome. Like definitely watch Ses Manos.
Because you guys are, where are you in the show? Like episode?
I'm like episode 5 or 6, man.
I'm like
Okay.
episode 3.
Okay, yeah. It's only 8 episodes, so you guys are right there.
Cool.
Yeah, I love it so far. And the fact that Mike Coulter is basically Black Dynamite that can't fight is awesome.
Yeah, good shit. All right, let's round it on up. Stitch, what you got populating this week besides waiting on Storm?
Super Bowl is on Sunday. So hopefully Niners come through.
But definitely your daughter, right?
Well, yeah, that's
Okay.
after Super Bowl.
I'm just-
If everything goes
You
to plan,
hope-
well, that's what he said. He
just
said
saying.
besides Storm. Yeah.
Okay, but you should bring up Storm first. I'm just saying. you will in the future. I mean, I'm watching my daughter sleep right now, so
Yeah. So
she's so cute.
what's it called? Sunday, Super Bowl. Also, the sister-in-law flies in, so the backup arrives for the baby.
Backup crew.
Exactly. So be excited for that. Hopefully the Niners pull through, and I can get back and trolling and laughing and everything at people.
Damn.
Then other than that, I'm gonna get back on Modern Warfare. I need to finish up season 2 of You just because it
fucking
is
good,
really
man.
good. I could have easily just marathon super through it.
Nice.
But
Dude, I did it in a day. It's so fucking easy.
it's a real easy one. I'm kind of taking some enjoyment in just taking my time going through it. And I feel like there was something else that I was watching, but I cannot recall off the top of my head. Yeah, and it's just really just playing the Modern Warfare, I guess. I'm kind of I'll get back on Spec Ops and feel free to hop on or whatever. Because I haven't played with you yet.
I know. You did.
He's gotten off this Wii bullshit.
No,
Dinos need killing.
Yeah,
He's actually
they
been
need killing.
able to handle
They're
real
already
weapons.
dead, first of all.
Oh, damn.
Definitely dead. So get off your Wii bullshit.
These monsters need killing. I gotta skin them. I gotta build my weapons, get my armor.
I mean, I was playing fucking, Borderlands 3, and you never played with me. I'm just saying.
No, we did play. Me, you,
once,
and
twice.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I'll get it.
You play when you're like super low level. I've got fucking 2 characters level 50 and another character that's halfway through.
I gotta play
I'm
through the
just saying.
DLC. I'm level 50. I'm definitely
Yeah, I
level
gotta
50.
play
So
With
I'm
one character. Get the fuck out of here when you know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
With
Well, you
a
know what?
character you don't even fucking like.
Yeah, I don't really like her all that much. Well, give me a Salvador. Did they add a new character?
Not yet.
DLC?
Not yet.
Okay.
Just, you shouldn't have picked Mose. I mean,
Yeah, I might go with that Flack dude.
Oh, Flack is dope.
Yeah, Flack is probably
He's fucking
probably
dope.
the best.
Yeah.
Flack
I
is
fucked
so
up.
good.
I love Zane because I'm a solo guy.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to play as a solo guy to like beat the whole game and like after the game. And that's why I think I liked him even more because it was way more difficult.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Well, with Flack, almost feels like I haven't played since they tweaked him a little bit, but he felt like cheating on.
Hold on, wait. We're going way off on Borderlands 3. Kronos, what you got popping this week?
I'm looking forward to K-Mac getting back tomorrow. Just saying.
Very nice.
I've been like basically a single dad for the past couple days.
Let me get that violin.
Hashtag girl dad.
No, it's all good. Yeah, hashtag girl dad.
Hashtag girl dad.
But it's been great, well, it's weird because when she's gone, like, K-Mac comes home and picks up our little one and brings her home. But for me, like, when she's gone, I have to, like, I work from, like, 7 a.m. To 6 p.m. So I have to drop her off, like, kind of early and then, like, pick her up late.
Yeah.
So it's like I get, like, so much less time with her
Yeah.
because of that, and it fucking sucks. So I'm looking forward to, like, getting, like, normal time with my daughter again. But, yeah, other than that, SF3 week.
Preparing your liver?
Yeah, prepare my liver. Well, actually not. Shit.
Okay.
It'd be kind of fucked. No,
You'll be all right.
my brother, I mean, him and his fucking Peloton bike bullshit.
Oh, here we
There we
go.
go.
I'm just saying, I have to win, so, I'm just doing my fucking thing.
You can cycle and then drink,
Well,
Take it with you.
no, this,
Put on Uber Black.
this is the difficult part, all right, is that if I wander around that bike, I can't drink before I ride that fucking stationary bike.
Yeah.
Because I'll lose.
Yeah.
So I've been like holding back drinking so I can hop on the bike. If I hop on the bike in the morning or in the, at lunch or whatever, it's fine. But most days I have to like wait until, K-Mac gets home, then I ride the bike, and then I'll drink after that.
Yeah.
But
And then
even
talk
then,
shit
it's
to your
like
brother.
I'm already fucking dehydrated. So,
Yeah.
I can, drinking is, I don't know, I get inebriated faster.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how SF week goes next week. Actually, well, opening gala should be fine. Then I'll work my way up. But I'm gonna beat him.
There you go.
I'm just saying.
Tip that Uber driver.
I see the numbers, and the numbers are on my side.
There you go.
Math, and if he thinks that he's gonna beat me, I will definitely dedicate a significant portion of tomorrow. I'm sorry, not tomorrow, but Friday, to my time towards beating him. I will literally sit on that fucking bike
Earn some street
for a
creds.
significant amount of time and piss off K-Mac on Friday to beat him.
You hear that,
So-
fireman?
Yeah. So fuck you and fuck your couch.
Oh,
I'm gonna win.
damn.
Just
Doctors.
Blue, what you got?
So last, gonna jump back a little bit. So last week I did a photo shoot for a football academy, and what was so great about it is that they actually have Stanford football players, like they're professional football players, coaching these kids, which was really cool because, like, these are kind of I don't know the full details of where the kids come from, but some of them look like they're from like maybe East Palo Alto, like they come from like low income areas. But it was really cool because
So are you saying they look poor?
well, no, just they didn't.
Did they have shoes?
Thank you. You made that even funnier.
I guess
It's okay.
It's hard to explain.
We made it awkward. It's all good.
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, both me and actually, you've been.
yeah, I've
We've
been
both been poor.
Yeah.
So it's a joke that we understand.
like nobody out there had like Nikes on, or like some like hot, like super expensive clothing
They had
style.
those,
I mean,
those
some did.
Rydell's on.
Yeah.
They still make pro wings or not?
But it was really cool because like they were like giving the kids pointers, like having them run through drills, kind of helping them out and stuff like that. And then at the end, they kind of got the kids together and like they answered questions. Like some of the kids were like, why did you get into football? Like how do you spend your time going? Because they go to Stanford, which is like a really high end school and stuff like that. Like and they're asking like how do you juggle like school time with like working like football, playing and stuff like that. And it was really cool. Like they were very inspirational to the kids. Like they were telling like, yeah, your grades got to come first. Like yeah, the football career is there. And
that's hilarious.
I heard somebody say this before, but like the NFL means not for long. Like a lot of players that go in there don't even stay there for that long. So they like really encourage them to like focus not necessarily focus on their education and like going to college and stuff like that. But definitely focus on your education because you definitely need that. But it was really cool. Like they were really great with the kids and stuff like that. But yeah, so this weekend actually, the Sweetest and I are going to a friend's wedding, and they're getting married in City Hall, which like the Sweetest and I got married in City Hall. So they're getting married in City Hall. They're partying that night in City Hall, but then on Sunday is when they're going to have their reception.
Super Bowl Sunday?
Yeah, well, they're not sports fans, so
wow.
I don't even think they knew Super Bowl was that day.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah they don't.
But they were at our wedding. They were the Sweetness's bridesmaids.
So
I remember that. Yeah.
Is this going to be in San Francisco?
No, it's the after party or the reception's going to be in Vallejo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they're going to have like the game.
Don't
on
get shot
like that.
Just saying.
They'll be all right. All right.
But they live in like a really nice part of Vallejo, like waterfront.
Okay.
All right.
Marine World.
Basically, they're like 2 blocks away from Marine World.
Old Ninja, what you got?
So once again, Super Bowl is this weekend. So I'm actually probably going to be near Stitch's hood. We'll see what's up with that. There's a spot out there called Sauce's Barbecue's Place. Probably going to go there and watch the game there. Open invitation to the guys on the cast. You know where it's at. Going to be weeb hunting, obviously.
We got a whole squad, goddamn
we got
it.
a squad to do. They need to join the squad, actually. I'm looking at y'all. Y'all knew what I'm talking about. Going to be doing some Spec Ops as well. Probably if Stitch is going to be on tonight, I'm probably going to jump in and try to get this one Spec Ops missions, which I can't beat. We get pretty far, but we end up getting fucked up.
That's because you need Big Daddy. Yeah.
The guy who never squads up, and then when real RNH happens, you sleep. I don't want to hear none of that.
Need my beauty rest.
Yeah, so Super Bowl, squadding up on some Spec Ops Modern Warfare, also doing weeb hunting. SF Beer Week, so I'm planning on going at least 2 days out of the week with Punish. We'll see what happens. It's going to be an adventure for sure, because last time we literally spent all day, and it was definitely an adventure. There's definitely something, like you said, something always happens. There's always a story. Yeah, we're going to be day drinking for sure. I mean, we started out drinking plenty the younger when we went out that last time, and I was already buzzed after like one.
Well, I remember last year they try to fuck with us, and because if you ever go to SF Beer Week or go to Opening Gala, like any beer fest, basically you create these things called the pretzel necklace, and that on that day they were like, yeah, you can't bring this in, and it's like, what the fuck? That's like beer goes great with fucking pretzels, and like the fact that they weren't gonna let us bring it in, but I guess somebody talked to somebody else and they were like, oh yeah, you can bring it in now. So I guess a lot of people were complaining about it.
Confusion.
And then like once we were inside, people were like, oh, you got your pretzel necklace? They weren't letting people in. I'm like, yeah, they changed the policy because we were here.
Just yeah.
Either VIPs.
There's two answers to that. You either say you had the sex someone's dick to do it, or we press. One of the two.
Or hashtag we're black and we'll fuck this whole thing.
Oh, that too. But yeah, basically gaming, Super Bowl, partying at Super Bowl, and then looking forward to SF Beer Week for sure.
For sure. Catching up on some Naruto Shippuden for me, and all these dinos going to feel my hammer.
Ooh, one thing I also mentioned, there's a show on Netflix called Don't Fuck With the Cats. It's just like a documentary about these
My
people.
daughter watched that.
Dude, it's fucking twisted, dude. It's fucking twisted.
All this one.
I'll talk about it next week. I wanna,
Live action?
Yeah, it's basically a documentary.
He said a documentary.
It's all fucked up.
It's about this guy who like kills cats and he filmed it and posted it online.
What the fuck?
I don't need that in my
and
life.
basically not Black Twitter, but like people figure out they try to figure out who he is.
All right, take us out on them. Fuck
Wow.
that.
They don't show it. They don't show it, but like they
Still.
talk about it. But it's crazy.
So you just experienced Black and Black times infinity. Check us out with @BThanBTI. That's BTHANBTI on Twitter. You check us out on YouTube every Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Pacific time. Black and Black Times Infinity. Check out our official website, benheadproductions.com/BTI. Spotify, Raider Republic, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Player FM, iTunes. We everywhere.
Vote for the Golden Eggplants.
Bang Bang Niner Gang.
You know what's funny is that I actually don't like. I'm a Niner fan, obviously for a long
You don't
time.
like E40?
I don't like that new. Shit!
Ah,
I fucked it up.
ah.
God damn it!
What
I
happened?
did it.
Damn.
I can fix it.
Damn.
I don't like that Bang Bang Niner Gang bullshit.
You don't like
It's
the
so
song?
fucking dumb to me.
Wait, you don't like? You've heard the song, right?
Fuck the song. It's a stupid ass saying.
That's where it's from the song.
I don't know. It just cracks me up.
I don't even care about the song, dude. It's like the whole Bang Bang Niner. It's like so. You're not a gang, first of all. You're all fucking millionaires.
Oh, well.
You're all millionaires playing on this fucking field.
Maybe they're referring to the fans.
No, no.
Maybe.
It's stupid to me. Anyway, I'm still a Niner fan. Just saying.
You just don't like E40. For sure.
Well, I like E40. Is that his song?
Yes.
Supposedly, yeah.
It is his song. They play it on the
Sorry,
radio now.
E40. That's my least favorite song that I haven't listened to.
Well, damn. Check out that dankness on Amazon as well. Check it out real slow. Dankness forever.
I missed that. Mamba's out.